Hello, folks, and welcome to episode 13. 13,
Hell
holy
yeah.
shit, lucky number
Nice.
of Loud Equals Funny.
The Loud Equals Funny
Welcome.
podcast.
Yeah.
We're still not that loud, but, depending on how angry we get in this episode, we might start being loud,
We might be. Sometimes we get a little too loud. We do peak the mic.
We get a little rowdy.
We hit the peak. We hit the audio peak a little bit.
See, it makes it a treat,
Yeah.
Sometimes we get loud, but if loud equals funny, then you don't want to be loud all the time,
Oh,
Yeah. Then it would
People
just
get
cease
tired
to be
from
funny.
laughing. Yeah.
We're all here. Some of us preparing for Starfield. Some of us not.
I
Not
just really
necessarily.
wish I could play it.
I feel.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised that my totally legal copy of Assassin's Core 6 worked. On
yeah.
my computer, I'm playing it 1080p, 60, medium settings. It's working just fine.
Yeah, the thing is, I fall well under even the minimum for Starfield.
Yeah, that'll be a bit of a shame. I don't
actually
know
haven't
what
looked at I haven't looked at the PC specs of Starfield. I'm gonna look at that right now.
I'm not
I
looking
think
at it
the
personally.
lowest it possibly needs is a 1070.
Hmm.
That's a little rough.
Oh, that's a little rough for me.
Let me check.
I'm pulling
I'm like
it
a
up.
1050 mini or something.
Yes.
So the system
It's-
requirements are Windows 10, a Ryzen 5 2600S, or an Intel i7 6800K.
Which is pretty
I-
high.
I'm pretty sure a 6800 not K would be fine too. It's just
It would just be bottom
Yeah.
limits. Like,
yeah,
you're getting a lot of
Uh,
negatives for that.
16 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna be honest here. Yeah, 16 gigabytes.
16 gigabytes is basically the baseline. If you have
Yeah.
8 gigs, like half of that is going to be eaten up by like system processes on Windows 10.
Yeah, I wish I had 16.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
I've got 32, and that kind of helps when I don't have enough like video going on.
Yeah.
A Radeon RX 5700 or a 1070 Ti.
That's its minimum requirements.
Yes. DirectX 12, 125 gigabytes of hard drive space, and also you have to have an SSD.
And
You have to have an SSD.
Yeah, it says
it's-
SSD required.
So what it's
Oh,
doing
that's
is
fucked.
it's using a lot of games can start doing this because of direct storage, which is a new API that Microsoft developed, which makes loading very fast for games, but it requires a solid state hard drive or solid state drive.
Yeah, like the Harry Potter game. That requires an SSD.
I forgot what else. There's something
if I
coming out soon.
remember right, I think one of the new Yakuza games. Let me check.
I think let me look. There's another game.
It's
that's
not the man who erased his name.
I'm just looking at Starfield on here, and yeah, it's 140 gigabytes to install on Xbox Game Pass on PC.
Yep.
And it's like I would play it on here, because this way it's free, kind of, free plus. I don't really want to fucking buy $100 Starfield copy for the PS5. It's not gonna have
Well,
like the
yeah.
real mods.
Honestly, $70 games, in my opinion, are too much.
Yeah, well, that was the first episode, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, honestly, I'll probably recommend for a lot of people, if you really want this game and you don't want to deal with current PC pricing, Series S is going to run this game at 1440p.
Yeah, let me just buy a console, Bane. That's a good idea.
Honestly,
Well, I mean, the Series S is pretty cheap.
yeah, comparatively, like, the Series S is a really cheap console, because for the price of what is a graphics card, you get essentially 20 series level graphics for $250.
Let's see, what's in the...
This
Yeah,
is
I
one
mean,
of
I
those
can't
ones I'm gonna recommend that for people.
I
fuck
can't
is the
argue.
Constellation Shield?
I can't argue that it's a pretty good value with the Game Pass thing, and knowing that it has pretty good 360 support on there, as well as like 360 game streaming and stuff. I think that's like just exclusive to the Series S.
Oh, yeah.
but like, I don't know. It's also, yeah, I mean, maybe getting if you have that already, that's cool. If you're on PS5, like me, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would maybe get it on sale. That's also one where if it doesn't work on PC, I might like acquire it, see how it runs, and then, you know, I don't know, figure that out. I don't
Yeah.
think I'll probably be just like slightly under the thing, like under the minimum,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I want to be able to do mods. If I'm gonna play this fucking thing, I want to do mods. I don't really have much enthusiasm for Starfield. We have to talk about the fact that 2023 is like a game a week.
Yeah, it's
It's
stacked.
nuts.
Like
Fucking
I was so confident in Bomb Rush Cyberpunk being like, "Oh, Mutz, this is my favorite game of the year," and within a week, a new game has come out that's like not my favorite of the year. I
I
still like
swear,
it more,
this is
but
this is just a new 2007.
it really
yeah,
is.
this is a really fantastic year. I mean, what do we have? Like, I'm just gonna Google, real
I
quick,
mean,
just
just recently, as of last week,
2023
Armored
game
Core.
releases. Yeah, Armored Core is pretty fantastic. Um, let's see, 2023 in video games. All the just clicking on a fucking Polygon article, Gamergate Part 3 over here. All the new games released in 2023. So we got like, let's see. Yeah, I mean, there was a kind of shitty Fire Emblem. So January we started off shitty. We had Forspoken,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you
But
got to get the bad out of the way first.
we also had Hi-Fi Rush back on Xbox.
Yep.
We had the
Shadow Drop too.
Dead Space remake. The new SpongeBob platformer sequel to Battle for Bikini Bottom that I still haven't played.
Yeah,
I forgot
Cosmic
that even
Shake.
yeah,
that
Cosmic
even
Shake,
existed.
yeah.
I want to play it. Yeah, Hogwarts game came out in February. That was pretty big, but it kind of people stopped talking about it real quick.
Yeah, because well, it
Yeah.
had controversy, then it got rid of a controversy, and then people stopped
And
talking
then it
about
was just fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's serviceable.
They had February. There was, let's see, Wild Hearts, Atomic Heart,
A lot of
Ishin,
hearts.
obviously, like a Dragon Ishin. Metroid Prime remake was like shadow dropped.
Yeah.
There was the PSVR 2 in February.
Which, hey, if
There
you bought a
was
PlayStation VR 2, please write in. We need to find the one person.
yeah, oh my god, they made a sequel to Fantavision?
Oh, yeah.
There was a Fantavision 2020X for PSVR 2 released on February 22nd. That's wild. I didn't even know about that. There's also like a sequel to Moss and Rez and Tetris. That's cool. I can buy the games I already had on my first PSVR again. Wow, I'm gonna get into this fucking rant again.
They did, the one thing I'll say is they did actually, for a lot of those games, if you owned them on PSVR digitally, you did get them on PSVR too.
Okay, well that's fair then. Nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
Blood Bowl 3 is one I think people liked. Company of Heroes 3. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe in February. Big February even. Just February already. Kerbal Space Program 2. Octopath
They released a
2.
second one?
Yeah.
Holy
Yes,
shit.
there's a second one. Destiny Lightfall.
Well, we don't talk about Lightfall. That one fucking blew.
I think most of Destiny does at this point
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's a Destiny expansion.
Yeah, this was bad even for Destiny, though. Like,
Oh no.
I'll recommend watching I Hate Everything's video about it, because it is
I've been
Oh,
meaning
yeah.
to.
'Cause
hilarious.
I was
Really been meaning
catching up on. Oh wait, March. Bayonetta Origins came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
already
don't
came out.
remember
It just
anyone
kind of
talking
got-
about it.
Yeah, it just kind
Yeah.
of got forgotten.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about that. But Wolong, Fallen Dynasty, Fatal Frame. It was like Fatal Frame 5 or something.
Yeah, it's a port
Mask
of
the Lunar Eclipse.
It's a port of the Wii one. Well, not a
Oh,
port,
Wii?
but like a remake of the Wii one.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Resident Evil 4 remake, obviously. Oh, and Game of the Year, Crime Boss Rockay City was in March. The best game. Last of Us Part 1. Sifu was in March. Yeah, April had Jedi Survivor, Dead
Yep.
Island 2. I know you like that one.
I'm excited for the DLC for it too.
Yeah. Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake was in April. DNF Duel
yeah.
came out in April.
Fucking Advance Wars just got delayed to fuck, and then nobody
Yeah,
remembered it.
it got delayed because of a war.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Putin. They put out Age of Wonders 4 in May. Redfall, obviously. Hogwarts also came out in May? Wait, what the fuck?
That was for last gen versions.
Oh, okay.
Yep, because at the end of the
Yeah.
year, the Switch version should be coming out.
Oh, I
It
see.
still isn't out on Switch?
Nope.
Damn.
But I guarantee
Well,
you will
hopefully
make
it's-
so much money on Switch.
Hopefully it's actually optimized.
It'll
And
be
not
fucking-
just like,
it'll
oh,
be
well,
like a
you know,
cloud version.
we made it 240p and like 6 FPS. They'll be fine.
As a joke, yeah.
Funny enough, speaking of like weird resolutions, I just want to bring this up because I brought up Immortals of Avium, I think last episode or the episode before. That game is so weird how it runs because it upscales to 4K, but it's running at like 640p on the PlayStation 5.
It sounds like you have music in the background.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that was me accidentally on the Fallout 76 like splash screen on the PlayStation.
Oh,
Ignore
wow.
Ew.
Good job.
Gross.
I want to play the campaign through it, you know. But
Yeah, you're probably one of these people that's gonna wind up saying it's good now.
it's better than it was. I did
That's
play.
a
I
really low
launch.
bar.
I played it at launch. I remember. What
I
it was
don't
like at
actually.
launch.
I mean, it works better, but based on what I've heard, they completely compromised whatever vision they had for that game.
They
Like it was the whole thing with no NPCs was like supposed to be part of it, and then they just backpedaled, and now there's like still that story, but now there's just NPCs everywhere.
There's
'cause
also
who gives a
that
shit?
story. Then they've added. They added a pit expansion, just completely for free. So there's like a whole new map and story too.
Is it crossplay?
It's not crossplay, which kind of sucks.
Do you have it on PC?
I would be willing to get it on PC.
I have it. We could maybe do a Loud Equals Gaming for that.
I guess I would
just to
play
like
it.
dive into it and see how much
can-
it sucks.
It would be fun to roll up like 3 people deep, you know.
I can play it on Game Pass. Yeah,
I wonder
I'd be
if
interested
I wonder if that is crossplay of Steam. I'll check on that.
Yeah,
'Cause you never know.
So May also had the sequel to Among Us. It was called After Us. It came out. I don't know if anybody talked about that.
I
The
haven't heard
sequel
about
to
that. But
Among Us?
I don't think that's actually what it is, but that's what I saw, and it looks. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Not much in May outside of Tears of the Kingdom, really. Tears of the Kingdom and Hogwarts like ports, and Redfall, of course. Can't forget Redfall. Oh, and Gollum. Wow, what a great month! Beginning of the month was Redfall. Middle of the month was Tears of the Kingdom. End of the month was Gollum, and then the System Shock remake.
okay, I'm reading
What a
here.
fucking strange month.
I am reading here. There is crossplay between Steam, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Pass for PC. Guess what I'm downloading?
I guess I'll get it on Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I guess we got to do it at some point now that we said it.
Hey, I'm down for it.
I'll have
it's
to
fun.
set my shit to like super low, but that's okay.
So in June, apparently, so Street Fighter 6 came out. There was the Katamari reroll thing. I think the second game. We love Katamari reroll. Diablo 4, and then it's a couple further down. Goodbye Volcano High finally came out. Also,
yeah, I think it just came
Is
out.
that the furry
that's
game?
the weird. Like I'm gonna use the term SJW game. That it looks like it looks like everything from Tumblr ever.
It kind of does, yeah.
And apparently it finally came out, and it's... I don't know, I guess people just stopped harassing the developers and forgot about it quietly, which is, I guess, for the best.
Yeah, it's like...
I don't think it was particularly...
Kind of thing.
No, but I don't think it was, like, particularly, like, well-received or anything, because, again, I didn't even remember it was out, so...
Yeah, I barely heard of it in such a long time.
Crime Boss Rockay City also came out in June. That's cool. Good for it.
Hell yeah. Crime Boss Rockay City fans rise up.
Gotta love a good Chuck Norris game. Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's fucking massive. I stopped playing that partway through because I got sidetracked by New Vegas. So good for me. But like probably that was for the best. They had there's also some good re-releases this year. They had Ghost Trick on the Switch and all the other consoles. You know, Persona 3 Portable. Yeah, they've got they've got Etrian or Odyssey Origins Collection on Switch and PC. There was some good stuff like that. And then July, what does fucking July have? Oh, July has Pokemon Sleep. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, and Pikmin 4, I guess.
Well,
I
I mean, hey,
guess.
that's the best-selling Pikmin game.
Yeah, I don't know much about Pikmin, but it looks pretty cool.
It's a fun
People are liking
series.
it.
It's just it never really got treated with any love, essentially.
Maybe Chibi Robo will finally get some treatment, you know?
Oh.
Better than Ziplash.
Yeah, when we're all fucking dead and buried.
Yeah, you got a better chance of hitting the lottery 6 times than that happening.
That's the great thing too. All they really need to do is just do the first game, but like
bigger and
bigger.
I mean, not even just port the first game and make it look nicer, and that would be a good step, frankly.
Just
They
don't
said
make
they-
Ziplash.
Yeah, they want to make it like a side scroller or like a photo game, something like that.
I already have Pokemon Snap. What the fuck? I don't know. I never played too much Chibi Robo, but it's a very unique game. It's not one you can easily just be like, no, just change the genre. Like, well, that's kind of what the game is the genre.
Speaking of Nintendo, we have kind of breaking news 7 hours ago. But this is like fresh from today. So Nintendo is going to show off Mario Wonder in a couple days.
Oh,
for a direct.
Oh yeah.
However,
interesting.
I want you guys to look at the background for this fucking image, and I know that the viewer, people listening aren't really gonna see this, but it looks like fake PNGs.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say.
background looks like fucking fake PNGs.
It does for a second. It's a style thing, but it does. It does.
But like,
this is interesting though because they were supposed to.
Background.
They were supposed to do Charles Martinet and Miyamoto thing, like signing off Martinet as Mario,
I think
which is probably going to be here because there's a new Mario for this game.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if they'll introduce a new Mario.
Probably. I mean, I would assume
it would
so.
be be dumb not to, honestly.
It better not be Chris Pratt. God damn.
If it's Chris Pratt, I'm gonna shit myself live on this podcast.
Like, I can't deal with it.
I will hold it all in. I will hold it all in until next time we record.
I mean, I will not buy this game. I mean, I will not. I'm not even. I don't even hate Chris Pratt. I'm not even like against him. But like that would be so dumb.
Out of principle.
It would be out of principle. It does not even about him personally. I don't. There's a lot of stuff people don't like him. I don't care really about him. I don't know much about him. If it was like Harrison Ford, I would be mad. I would be like, "What is that? Who the fuck? Why Harrison Ford for Mario?" Actually, that would be kind of weird.
I could just imagine Harrison Ford in the studio.
Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Hard time.
Yeah, he does. It would be the first role he's actually wanted to do for some reason. It'll be great. He's just like, you see him on Conan, he's like super enthusiastic. He finally gets to be Mario. He's never liked any of the other roles he's ever played, but finally Mario.
He hates acting, but he's been leading himself up all the way up to this.
Fiending for some Mario action. Are you able to play as Daisy in this one? Because it looks like it.
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
because they said it was multiplayer, right?
Yeah, but they haven't said if it's online or local, and that's been a real point of contention.
Hopefully,
I'll probably mention it here.
Yeah,
this looks.
I would
good.
hope so. I would hope that there'd be some online co-op, but if not, I just hope the game's good.
Yeah.
There is a check-marked guy who looks like a handsome Chad with tattoos who has like a hoodie on, and his response to this tweet is, "I think we are all thinking this, Wahoo!" And he has a blue check mark. But it might be one of the fake blue check marks. I don't know. It probably is. He's got 1,500 followers. So blue check marks really do mean nothing now.
Well,
I guess they just don't.
Now what they mean is engagement farm content. Because what that guy is doing is the new meta for, ironically, the new meta for X, which is to just constantly get engagement, because that way you get paid.
Oh,
engagement
oh
farming.
God, I'm scrolling through the comments. You guys know RGT85?
The name rings a
Vaguely.
bell.
Let me pull up a picture of him and show you guys.
Oh boy.
And listen, I don't mean to disparage.
Yeah.
Because everyone, you can't choose how you look, although you can choose how you present yourself.
Yes.
Where the hell is a high quality photo of this? I'm looking for like his thumbnails, because in his thumbnails he always looks.
I mean, should I say what his
very
tweet is here?
similar.
Because I see it here.
Yeah, it's basically, he says commenting for an engagement, and I read that right as you were saying, oh, it's the new strategy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I guess he's trying to be, like, funny about it. I mean, it's probably true.
You're still doing it ironically. I mean, although I'll admit it's funnier when you're doing it ironically.
I can't find a decent fucking resolution picture. I don't believe this.
Wow, we cannot look at the top of his head. That's a shame.
Oh man, it could be worse. Could be like fucking Tim Pool.
I have a specific comment on this guy. It doesn't really work unless you guys see him.
I can see his little avatar version of himself. It looks like a soy jack.
It does kind of, and I hate it. All right, so you're just gonna have to deal with a low resolution version, because I'm not looking at this guy's face anymore.
I can deal.
This guy, if you want to look along, just search RGT85, the letters and the numbers. This guy, and I can't stress enough that I'm not trying to disparage him. This is just a thought that appeared in my head way back in like 2017 when I was looking for like Zelda news. This guy looks like the type of person who would be 25 dating a high schooler. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he kind of looks like Bam Margera.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he does. Oh no, Bam.
It looks like a widened out Spawn Wave, I guess.
Oh
yeah, because when I saw Spawn Wave, I was like, hang on, is this that same guy? No, they're different guys.
Mario Wonder is a weird ass looking fucking game, I gotta say. Like, I'm looking at the trailer again, and it's nice. It's nice that this is like a new game and it's not just fucking new soup again. New soup, same as the old soup. No, it's like there's rollerblading Koopas, there's all new level themes. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Same with the Sonic Superstar game.
It looks very pretty.
Yeah, I'm very happy that games are starting to get weird with it. But because it just seems like recently things have been starting to homogenize a bit, and I really don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Mario, for the longest time, that was one of the biggest complaints. Mario, I used to note when I was younger, even as like a kid, I was like, it's so weird how like the original Mario games, they were all kind of like question mark blocks and Goombas and Koopas and stuff. And then like 3D, like 64 is just like its own weird fucking thing. Sunshine is like in like the tropics. Galaxy is like in space. Everything is like weird and different throughout all of those games. And then like New Super Mario starts happening. And it's just grass world, desert world, poison swamp world, like ice level,
It's its usual kind of system.
It's definitely the same thing with Sonic too, like for, as a Sonic fan. The first time that they brought back Green Hill Zone was in like Sonic Adventure 2 as like a special bonus. Like now you get to play the first Sonic level, but like in 3D.
At that point, it was like you hadn't seen Green Hill Zone since the fucking 90s.
Yeah. And they were also, it was supposed to be like, this is the last time you'll see it, this is the future of Sonic now, and this is like a little swan song to Sonic. And now every Sonic game has Green Hill again, and Chemical Plant, and Sky Sanctuary, and it's getting real fucking tiring. And so that's why when they have like weird 8-bit pixel 3D dot game hero Sonics in the new game, it looks pretty nice to see something that isn't just... And it's not even anything that amazing. Some of it is just Sonic running around on a beach. There's been a lot of Sonic beach levels, but it's not fucking Green Hill. It's a new
Yeah,
beach level.
like not the Resident Evil. No, Capcom had the same issue with Resident Evil, where like for the first few years of the Resident Evil series, there was a mansion, and then you had city stuff, and that was it. But then
Yeah.
after a certain point, it was like, oh well, here's a mansion in this game. Here's a mansion in this game. Oh, you want some more mansions?
I mean,
Well,
you do have to have
Resident Evil
Residents of
5.
Evil.
Resident Evil 5 has a whole DLC with the mansion. Ooh, hey, look
Oh
at that.
yeah.
And now we're kind of getting into that era where less mansions. I mean, you had the Resident Evil 7 house, but that's a bit less
That's
of a
like
mansion and more of like your
Farm
old pal
property.
Jimmy's house.
Farm property.
Yeah, meth crack shack kind of,
They really had the design down because I've been to houses around here, not even in Louisiana, but around here that just straight up have the exact same feeling as the Baker house.
Yeah, there's been some places I've been where it's like, oh, y'all got some bodies in here, don't you?
Somewhere hidden
See,
under the
that's the thing.
bubbling
It's
swamp.
like no like creepy swamp, no like these people obviously have like skinned deer in their basement, but like the architecture.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, that was definitely... I mean, thank God for Resident Evil 6, they were able to buck that trend a little bit.
Yeah, kinda.
A lot of seasons, a lot of explosions and stuff. That's good.
Well, yeah, but also the first part of Leon's campaign was just straight up, hey, do you remember the first 3 Resident Evils? We sure do.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's like they could have expanded a little more on that.
I mean, then you have an example of like a Sonic Frontiers where they also recycle the same 3 Sonic levels from the old games, but they tried going in such a bizarre new direction of like, here's Sonic, but now he looks like he is just in the wrong game. He just looks like he's in like Skyrim now, but it's like a bad, ugly Skyrim. Have fun. And
that's kind of bad because Skyrim was already kind of.
Oh, Skyrim at least looks nice.
I mean, sometimes.
It's artistically, it looks nice.
Skyrim has like snow that looks like it's coated in a layer of slime sometimes.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. And then Fallout 3 and 4 kind of looked a little
They look like they've been deep fried.
Which makes sense.
4 has a pretty good character creator when it
comes to a lot of people kind of disparage the Fallout 4 graphics, but I think they look fine.
Honestly, 4's got a lot of things that I like about it. There's things I don't, but yeah, its graphics are still really good, I think.
Yeah, it's got a nice style to it.
I got 4 on PC a little while ago, and I got the Alt Start mod for that game because I don't want to play the stupid bullshit with the exploding bomb and the bunker and all the baby bullshit.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I don't want Bethesda...
At least get past the first 15 minutes,
I don't want Bethesda's stupid fucking roller coaster ride. I don't want it. I'm not interested. And so I told it to put me in like the main city. What is it, like Diamond City or whatever?
Yeah.
And instead it dumps me out in front of like a fucking police station filled with ghouls attacking and Paladin Dance is out there. And I was able to survive it, but I'm also like, I don't know where I am. I have no weapons. And then the big thing that made me just stop playing and I kind of lost interest. What I like doing in New Vegas, I'll walk around with the controller, like I'll use the thumbstick and then I'll aim with the mouse, and you cannot do that in 4.
Yeah.
And that was just like, man, all right, never mind. I couldn't even use the mouse in the menus. It was annoying. 4 is kind of a shame. Speaking of fucking Fallout 4, though.
Yes.
We started talking about Starfield, and there was a thing that we were discussing before. Because this, I don't know if this podcast is going to go up after, because it's the 5th that comes out. I don't know when it's going to come up, but
Well,
People
it's
are
going to
already
be.
getting
yeah,
early access.
yeah.
People
Early
are
access
getting
starts
it.
on the 1st for people who get the deluxe
Okay.
edition.
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah, people are going to be seeing it pretty soon.
Yep.
We were just talking before the stream started, or before the recording
Podcast.
started. Yes. We there was a tweet here that mentions. God, I hate the new X logo on the browser.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it's worse on fucking mobile app too. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
I
it's.
mean, it looks like a again. It looks like a porn site. I can't believe it. It looks
I
like a
I
porn
wish it
site with like a little.
porn
You
site
know
has
what it?
better like X videos is better branding.
You know what? Well, it does, but you know what it looks like? It looks like a cam girl site because the little
Yeah.
you have new notifications thing is like a live red dot kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it looks like you're
um,
about to watch fucking Jessica Juicy or something like that.
yeah, or just most Twitch streamers, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
there's a tweet here. There's a tweet here. Here's how landing on planets works in Starfield. You can put a landing target anywhere on the surface except on water surfaces and other anomalies. An area gets generated for you to explore around your ship with points of interest, quests, and resources, etc. Getting far enough away from your ship will result in hitting an invisible boundary that asks you to relocate to continue exploring. Biggest concern is that if any of these spots are actually connected geographically, like if you go in one spot, I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, but if you like go north of a town, if the town will still be visibly south of you, that kind of thing. I guess people don't necessarily know, but it does sound like it's just a radiant shitfest to me. I mean, it sounds like it's just drop down somewhere on a planet, and we promise we'll make some cool fetch quests for you to do. And, like, I don't know, maybe dungeons? It doesn't say dungeons. Tristan, you asked if
Yeah,
there
I'm
might be
I'm hoping it's.
dungeons.
I'm hoping there's dungeons.
I mean, you would think, because, I
I
mean, they
think there
often, like,
probably is.
I mean, I would assume that they can auto-generate fucking dungeons, too. That's what
God,
they
I
did
hope
in,
so.
like not Dagger. Well, yeah, Daggerfall, but that's what they did in like Oblivion. I'm pretty sure too. So I would assume that they could do that. Hopefully, there would be like a few different types of dungeons, but it doesn't even mention that in this tweet. It says points of interest, which could include dungeons, but also quests and resources. I just really. I don't know. What are you gonna? You're gonna land on a random spot on a planet, and you're gonna encounter like a Nord whose clothes were stolen by a witch or something, and just like you're gonna have to deal with that. I guess that's how the quests work.
I mean, I think there'll be some times where like you'll land somewhere and find something, and it'll be like, oh, this is kind of gonna set you off in a different direction, kind of thing. I think it'd be a lot of that.
I've told the story before about Fallout 3 and how I got so pissed at Fallout 3 because there
Yeah.
was like in the town of Minefield, they had a little dollhouse that was locked with a very hard lock, and I couldn't open it. And later on, way later in the game, I found this key for a dollhouse in Minefield, way the hell away in like the DC ruins, and I'm like, I'm so excited. What's gonna be in the dollhouse? This is gonna be like a cool Easter egg, and I go back and it was literally just junk. It was like a filing clipboard or whatever. And I was that was the moment that I started hating Bethesda forever. I was
You're just
jaded
like,
ever from that moment.
so
I
this what this is gonna be, okay.
I was so fucking excited.
Claw got blue balled by a dollhouse, and now he hates Bethesda.
Yes.
You know, I get it. I get it.
And now I'm just imagining, because when you said, like, oh, you'll find something, I'm just imagining, like, oh, cool, I found a cool thing on this planet. And then 40 hours later, it, like, unlocks a door or something, and I'm like, oh, cool, I got a stim pack. Great.
Now I gotta go
You
back to
know?
the Alpha Gamma Quadrant to be able to, get the dick sucking laser to fire at people. Okay.
And, like, what would I even...
Hopefully, hopefully this is enough of a departure to where shit like that won't happen. Hopefully.
I mean, yeah, one would hope. I don't think it's going to be much of a departure, though. I mean, from what we've seen, there's people that are defending the shooting, and I don't understand it. I mean, it doesn't look like the worst shooting, but
I
it
think
does
I think we
not
should
look good.
specify the shooting in Starfield not any sort of world event.
Yeah, there's some people out there that are saying that what the Starfield shooter did was okay, and I just do not stand for any of what he stands for. I understand you gotta,
Starfield
you
caster,
know,
yes.
Thankfully, Todd Howard enhanced his clothes with Ballistic Weave version 5, so he's going to be okay.
the Starfield massacre could have been much worse, but Todd was at least spared. Everybody else died, but that's okay. No, but Starfield, yeah, the shooting doesn't look that great. It doesn't look.
I
mean,
think it looks better
very.
than a lot of Bethesda games. I think.
I don't know. It's like the same as Fallout 4. It's very numerical, Destiny
yeah.
kind of thing. The whole thing just looks like Destiny. I mean, even like
it's because Destiny also kind of wrapped itself in a lot of the similar like visual aesthetics, I'd say.
I mean, I don't know if that's an excuse when Destiny came out a while ago and they were definitely not already working on this when Destiny 1 was being made or even came out. So I'm just like they just this just feels like they copied Destiny's homework pretty hard. I mean, even the concept art is like it looks cool, definitely. There's a lot of cool art for Starfield, but it even just looks kind of similar to Destiny, a lot of it.
I would argue that it looks like a sort of Destiny-ified take on the Bethesda formula because Destiny doesn't exactly have like full open world or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like open zones.
This is also you could also view it
not the same.
Yeah, you could also view it as kind of like a Bethesda Mass Effect a little bit too, I guess.
Kind of, yeah. Because you can go with the little buggy on like the moon and everything.
The Mako or whatever,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Mass Effect outside of like what I learned through osmosis on V and like playing a bit of the first one. But it is like, it's an RPG and everything, but it doesn't have the first game had some like exploration like that. I know the second and third didn't. Most people prefer the second one, but it was like a little more like linear.
Honestly, I gave up on the second one because it wasn't like the first.
Oh yeah. Well, the first is a lot closer to, traditional, like, KOTOR, BioWare kind of stuff. The second one is when they went a little more, like, AAA shooter, multiplayer focus kind of deal.
Well, the thing I liked about the second one was you were kind of just... The plot of the game was you're leading a death mission, essentially. Like, the odds are not in anyone's favor here. And it does play off that pretty well. The problem is, it does kind of get rid of a lot of those more interesting RPG mechanics the first game has, in favor of a lot of shooter mechanics, which are good shooter mechanics, mind you, I will say. But coming from that first game, it's like, man, you had something there.
Yeah. I mean, they had something in KOTOR as well. You know what game I played a little bit of on the fucking Xbox recently? Because the PC version doesn't have controller support. Fucking Jade Empire.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. I gotta replay that at some point.
It's a very interesting, weird game. It's like, it's not an RPG. It kind of is, but it's like kind of an RPG beat-em-up thing. And then it's like the plot is like Star Wars, but it's in like China, magic China, and it's very interesting. It's not what you would expect from. I don't know. It's not a game that anybody super talks about a lot. Like everybody always talks about KOTOR and Mass Effect and Dragon Age. I never hear and the earlier BioWare and newer shittier BioWare. I never hear anybody bring up fucking Jade Empire. And it's pretty cool.
It's a little weird, but nobody brings it up, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, again, it's a little different. It's not like as depthful or whatever, but it's got some cool story stuff, cool characters. I was enjoying it.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know. And then BioWare made the fucking Sonic RPG, so.
Oh, I will talk about this because it's something I'm excited for. The Alien Dead by Daylight crossover just dropped, which means I will be playing that soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. They also have a Xenomorph Queen skin, and it's literally the tallest killer in the game. So you can
Nice.
see that fucker coming from a mile away.
So were there any Dead by Daylight fans who were debating over the fact that the Xenomorph Queen would be too big for Dead by Daylight and would outclass all the other characters?
There were people that were a little like, how is this so fucking tall? Isn't this gonna break like most of the maps? Because you got to think, this thing still has to fit inside houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
fair. Does it like crouch down or anything?
uh, you can crouch as a part of its movement, but I don't know if it like automatically
Oh, just maybe
ducks.
it just fucking clips through the wall. That would be
It
beautiful. Just like a
you
Gmod
just like,
fucking thing.
I think I might make it more scary seeing that fucking thing just clip through a wall.
Just have it T-pose over to you. No,
Oh
no
yeah.
clipping the entire way.
See, this is also beside the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game that has come out and I haven't talked about yet. Which,
Oh, what's up with that?
honestly, I don't think I like it, and that's not honestly, it's not a fault of the game. The game is good. I just don't think I like it.
Who makes it? What's it like?
It's
What's it about?
it's being made by Gun Interactive. These are the guys who did the Friday the 13th asymmetrical
Oh,
game.
so they have a whole thing about like movie
Yeah,
games. And what
they
was
have a
this also
history.
asymmetrical?
This is a different kind of asymmetrical. It is 3 killers versus 4 survivors.
Interesting.
One person is
Yeah,
always
I like that.
Leatherface, and then there's different family members that they all play to different strengths. You don't want to run into Leatherface super early in the game, and you can run into him super early because he spawns in the basement with the other survivors. Everyone else spawns on top, and you have to try to escape the
By,
map in different ways.
by the way, this is unrelated, but I just mentioned Goodbye Volcano Higher in this podcast.
Yeah.
I just looked at Steam and it is on sale for 10% off, and it only has 65 reviews
Wow.
on
Huh.
Steam. That's like pretty low for a game that was like in pretty big showcases. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah,
Nobody cares about that.
it is 10% off on PlayStation Plus as well.
Mm.
So if you really want a furry, what is it?
It's
Dating
like
sim?
a high school dating rhythm game or something. I don't know.
Huh.
Everybody looks like they have a TikTok. I don't know, but it's
What
nice.
what
It does have a very positive review with 865
Yeah, for
people,
people who
so it's
want
good.
it, it is available.
so we,
Yes.
we were talking about Starfield and planets just now.
Mm.
And I don't want to glance over this, but some very smart individual on Twitter
Yeah.
said that you can't. It was basically complaining about about Starfield not
Yeah.
letting you walk on gas giants.
Yeah, which
Which I mean,
if you're an American, I have to explain to you, gas giants you can't really walk on. There's no like
I like
That's
that it's
why
you,
there's a
the
reason they.
American.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
am
you
the
can't really.
Canadian, and you are down talking down to your people. That's beautiful. I approve. I
Oh yeah,
approve.
hey. Sometimes, tough love has to be enacted. Sometimes while Lenny's petting the bunny, you got to put the gun to the back of his head. You got to
Yeah.
really. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand what a gas giant is.
Yeah.
We've failed.
I mean, like, it would be cool to be able to explore
You'd be
that.
able to like fly
Well,
through if you
for
could.
all we, yeah, I mean, for all we know, there might be like a thing in the story where like there's a secret base inside of a gas giant or some shit. Like that would be a cool set piece.
It
But
would be
there,
pretty awesome.
unless there's some story reason for why there would be something landable inside that, like I don't see how that would work. No, or maybe just like in the ring or something. Like that would be pretty neat.
Oh yeah, you
But
could do stuff with
yeah.
the rings. They
yeah.
No,
explained in Destiny as the traveler like terraformed them, turning them from a gas giant into a physical planet. At least I think it did
yeah.
with like
I
one or
mean,
two of the planets in that game. But
like I've said before, like the thing with Starfield that bothers me the most is that the writing is going to be fucking ditch water stupid, like all of the Bethesda games now are.
yeah, it's gonna be a little
And
brain dead.
the quest design is gonna be shit, and it's gonna be like just the Hollywood Bethesda fucking roller coaster ride. And the one thing though is that Tristan is right. In the past, he's been like, "Yeah, you can. It's going to be a mod game. You can just get somebody can just like mod in like any planet, right? You just
Yeah, a
land
whole
on.
ass, just an entire ass new planet.
Let's see.
Well,
Because it's
not
been
Also,
even a
confirmed
full
that you can do
planet.
that.
Oh, well, okay, that's cool. But I'm even saying, like, just land on a random spot somewhere on Earth, and like Bane said, and just like, yeah, you just now have like a guy there who you've have like somebody voice act, and there's a whole quest line, and boom,
okay.
it's easy.
See,
Yeah,
I think you're gonna see, especially in that game though, a lot of people not even just doing the quests, like they're just going to go and start exploring. Like they're just gonna be
Well,
people.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, most of my time will probably be just flying a ship around and just seeing what
yeah.
the fuck I
But
can do.
the thing is, it's going to be. I like how scattershot the talk about Starfield is. By the way, we keep getting distracted by other things and then coming back to it. But
Okay.
it's going to be like it's a thing that I often experience with new games where it's like I go for a while and I'm really enjoying it, and then I get to a point where I'm like, oh, okay, I've experienced everything, and I now know what all the mechanics do. And like
Yeah.
Elden Ring was like really exciting and vast and interesting, and then it's like, all right, I now know what all of the items in the game like vaguely can do or are for or like whatever. I know what all of the things are that, like all of the mystery is gone, all of the secrets are gone. And with a Bethesda game, that'll be pretty quick where it's like you're going to be exploring. And it's going to be all cool and everything until you realize like, oh, I've seen the extent of this game's monsters. I've seen the extent of like why like my thing is it going to be worthwhile to even explore?
I think
Are
it
you
will
going to
be.
are
I
you going
guess
to get out there?
it depends on what you're looking for. Because personally, I do like exploring just for exploring's sake. But
I
also,
guess so,
I
yeah.
absolutely understand that a lot of people really do not want to do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I like exploring for the sake of it to some extent, but if it is just like a pretty location to walk through, then I don't know. If there's not anything that I'm have the chance of finding, like that's kind of the joy of exploring for me. And it's like if I get to a point where I'm trying to think of a game recently that I played, but something where it's just like all of the little, like even the new Armored Core, I'm already just like, oh, it's one of these. I know what this is for, and it's
Yeah.
not like a mystery anymore. Like, and pretty quickly with this, I think you might start to realize that. I just don't know. Like with that the exploration, it might be good. It might be good, but it might be like, wow, we can go anywhere, and like, what's the point, really?
Yeah.
Like if you could go any planet and have the same experience on any planet that you do on any other planet, then why leave any one planet? And so hopefully that's not the case. And it's not even and I don't even just mean like biome changes. I mean like if it's not like this planet, like the gameplay, like you have to stay under cave protection or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
They got to change it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what it's going to be like. I I'm gonna try because if you pre-purchase if you purchase the little download for the deluxe edition thing, the $30 thing separately, and you download it from Game Pass, you can play it on Friday. So
Neat.
$30 for the first DLC and playing it 6 days early might be what I do. But I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it might. It's one of the runs I think's in the running for Game of the Year. Like
Mm,
just from what we've
it's
seen,
definitely going to be one of the ones that they nominate for Game of the Year.
I'm hoping it's
It's
good.
I mean, yeah, I hope everything is good, but I just don't have too much faith. I think it'll be fun enough, probably for a while.
Plus, it'll have cross
But it
save, so
Oh, that's pretty cool. It is like a pretty stacked year though. As we were talking about before, I mean, we
yeah,
didn't even get to
we
we
haven't
didn't
got to
even get
what's
to August,
yeah, we haven't
and
got
let
to what's
alone what's coming.
unannounced, like or not announced, but like no release date, but still set for this fucking year. There's so many
What
games that are
is
still set for this fucking year.
such as?
Let me pull up the list here. So
Oh yeah, no launch date.
yep, you've got Alien Hominid HD, which I actually think did get a release date recently, but this list doesn't have it. You've got
Nice.
Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox, which is slated for the end of this year. You've got Counter-Strike
Hollow
2's public
Hollow
release.
Knight Hollow Knight Silk Song is still supposed to come out.
Yeah, but that was slated. From what I heard, it was supposed to be like set for August, but that's come and gone.
Obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought maybe they'd do it at a fucking direct, but that direct is for the direct's for Wonder. So who knows what fucks that's gonna release? So hey, good luck to you guys. Freedom Planet
Skull
2.
and Bones.
Yeah, Skull and
Skull and
Bones.
Bones is supposed to come out.
There's also Hyenas, which is getting a public test in a couple days. Well, public closed test in a couple days. Which now that the NDAs is released, I can say I'm very excited for it. And I'm going to be playing the fuck out of it. So, yes. There's also that Killer Clowns from Outer Space game was supposed to release this year. That got pushed completely, but that also has now the same publisher as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So it's the same kind of game, published by the same company that's done this twice.
So yeah, August has Baldur's Gate, Blasphemous 2, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, Fort Solace, which I know nothing about, but they made a big deal of it at that Gamescom thing, and it has some pretty big people in it.
Oh yeah.
Immortals of Avium, which again, don't know much about, but people like it. Armored Core 6. There's a fucking new Samba de Amigo game today.
Yo!
Oh shit, really?
Today?
Just today on the Switch. Party Central. Samba de Amigo Party Central.
Huh. Oh, there's also...
I had heard something about that.
There's Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, which is still got no release date planned.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. I mean,
Stray Souls. There's a fucking King Kong game that's coming out from Game Mill. It's also slated for Q4.
I mean, like, it can't be understated that, like, the reason I'm going through this list is, like, every month has, like, at least one... August has 3 Game of the Years. Well, no, 2. Bomb Rush is not going to be a Game of the Year for
personal
people.
Game of the Year.
I like it. I think it's Game of the Year. But Baldur's Gate and Armored Core are going to be in the running for Game of the Year. And then fucking July had Pikmin 4. And fucking June had, like, FF16. And May had Tears of the Kingdom. And they just don't stop. September's going to have Starfield and Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Whatever that is. Lies of P. Mortal Kombat 1.
Yeah, Lies of P is essentially the Bloodborne 2 that we're going to have to just be accepting, because we're never getting Bloodborne 2.
Well, it might happen.
Launching into Game Pass day 1, I think.
October has fucking Mario Wonder, Alan Wake 2.
Which, fucking ready for that.
Spider-Man 2.
Fucking ready for that, too.
Like, what the fuck? I mean, I guess it makes sense, because the last couple years were COVID years. We were, like, a little bit light, so... things got held up. Maybe this is the works have finally been, the fiber took action, and the industry is no longer constipated.
Yeah, they're no longer on the pot.
Yeah, October has the new Mirage, Assassin's Creed Mirage. There's your mention.
Detective Pikachu 2, Front
Sonic
Mission 2
Superstars.
remake. Fucking Forza Motorsport, man.
November has Man Who Erased His Name. Like a Dragon, Star Ocean Second Story remake, Persona 5 Tactica, and the Super Mario RPG remake.
Yep. You've also...
God, it just never ends. Modern Warfare 3.
Yep.
Whoa, WarioWare Move It also, which I think some people are not super hot on, but it's going to sell. It's going to be a big one.
I'm excited to see.
December doesn't have too much on this list, just Dragon Quest Monsters and the Avatar game. Which I think people do kind of want.
There's some people excited for it.
Funny,
I could not tell you, but...
Didn't Ubisoft make the old Avatar game?
They did. They've just kept the license.
They just held on to that I'm surprised they didn't try to milk the license throughout the years.
They could have done so much in between those fucking movies.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done a lot in between those two movies. Like, more fucking movies.
Yeah, why didn't
But,
they make a single fucking movie?
I mean, they were waiting to make this one, and supposedly the third one is coming, like, reasonably soon, as in not another 15 years or whatever.
Holy
But,
shit.
like, I don't know. Apparently, Avatar 2, I didn't see it. Did either of you see it?
I
Nope.
refused.
I've heard that it
I did it out of
looks...
spite, mostly.
I've heard that it looks surprisingly good. Like, people are surprised. Like, I think it was Charlie mentioned, like, I didn't think that they could surprise me with the visuals at this point, because everything looks nice now in the theater, but apparently it does look really good.
It's like, no, I'm gonna
And
just make things look even better somehow.
there's, like, more of a plot than the first one, but also not much of a plot, and kind of a dumb one. But they're setting up like a whole franchise now. I don't know if this ties in. I just can't care about Avatar.
Oh, also,
I getcha.
we should. I forgot to mention in October, there's like 4 days that are just back to back bangers. There is 24th, City Skylines 2 and the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, which might be good on PC. The next day,
Maybe on PC. Maybe.
the next day, Alone in the Dark, the sort of remake of the original game with David Harbour and that one lady.
Fucking universe.
And then Ghost Runner 2 on the 26th, which I loved Ghost Runner 1, so hey. And then Alan Wake 2 on the 27th.
Yeah, man.
It's like,
Lots
fuck my wallet. And then on the 20th, yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Mario Wonder. And
Jesus
7th guest VR the day before that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Which was looking pretty cool from what I remember. But, yeah, this whole fucking year, I mean, this is just insanity. I guess what we know what we're titling the episode is, like, the year of fucking crazy or whatever, some shit like that.
Year of Insanity.
Yeah, I don't know what
I still gotta think of
I
what
don't know.
12s is.
I guess next year is probably going to be like, well, not GTA 6.
I think
we might get an announcement next year.
Okay, here's an idea. Should we place a bet?
I would say the bet might be Game Awards this year.
Game Awards this year for reveal?
Well, that's me. That would be my guess.
That I would say either that for a reveal, like this year's Game Awards, or next year's like
E3 area.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Next year's June.
Artist formerly known as E3. Month formerly known as E3.
I'll take a bet here that they'll have a trailer out in March. Because Rockstar's weird when it comes to GTA. Sometimes, like GTA 4, they released it around E3. GTA 5, they released the first one, I think, in April of 2012.
GTA 5, I remember they held off on a trailer for a while, but then when they did, they put out the game
what do they do with Red Dead?
After.
What do they do with Red Dead? That's the question. That's
for
for
the original Red Dead, we're not sure. For Red Dead 2, I think they did E3.
Oh, and
no, it was like November. I remember Vinny was playing it around that time. It was a November release.
The other thing also, we have Leslie Benzi's new game that is in development, which is that game Everywhere.
Yeah, the fucking weird NFT bullshit or whatever it is.
Well, it's a game that will have games within it. It's kind of like Dreams, if that makes sense.
It's Roblox.
Kind of.
Oh, okay. Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced in October of 2016.
Okay, so that's just way off.
2 years later.
We could just get an announcement at some point.
Yeah, honestly, they could
I
just
can't
show
think
a
of
trailer
any
at
like.
Point.
I couldn't. I can't bring to mind any events that happened in October of 2016. Like at least
November had a pretty big event, but I don't know about October.
I'm trying to think. Maybe it was TGS. When is TGS?
It wouldn't have been TGS. Not for Rockstar games.
Never know.
When is TGS this year?
TGS 2016
September.
Was...
It seems September this year.
Yeah, it was also September in 2016. So
Okay, so well, fuck me running. Okay, that did not
Yeah, I
work as
guess
well
they
as I
just
thought it
do
would.
their.
They just do what
Well,
they want now.
that also implies like a 2-year release window. But they might. I think they did delay it a few times, so they might be trying to avoid that.
True.
Like we already know that the game is like pretty decently along in development, and
And the
we've
leaks
seen a
looked
lot of
pretty
it.
good.
There were extensive parts of the leaks that looked basically done, like all the times when you see them just driving around in like the back, highway area. It looked pretty done. When you got to like, there's the one part where he's like in the train or whatever in the city, the Vice City public train or whatever the fuck, and it's
Yeah.
like untextured and everything.
Like temp
And there's all
text. Yeah.
yeah, and there's all the like footage where they're in like testing zones,
Yeah,
but
like
I mean
gray
a lot of it
box. Yeah.
a lot of it did look. They had like mission stuff that looked pretty done. I mean, it's maybe it's just some of it, but I remember hearing also that was like outdated when those leaks happened too, so it wasn't even representative of like where they were at the time.
Yeah, a
So
lot of those were like
it
in progress footage from areas.
it could be whenever, but the one thing is, it is going to be a Vice City game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be summer beach vibes, and that implies maybe announcement and at Game Awards, hey, look, it's cold and shitty, and look, it's a summer game that
Yeah.
looks nice, and then it comes
it's
out like
possible.
summer 2024.
It would be nice because usually games tend to avoid summer months. This year they
I
kind
think
That's
of
true.
didn't, but
that's the thing. I think if we do get an announcement trailer this year, it's coming out in 2025.
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
so. And then next
honestly
year,
probably
that
the
means
safest bet.
it's even worse. I mean,
God.
that will be, geez, that will be 2025. That will be like, what, 8 years, 7 years between releases?
For
7 years.
for
Uh,
Rockstar, yeah, for them,
yeah,
yes,
for official releases, yeah.
yeah, not
Yeah.
counting the GTA the definitive or remastered edition
Yeah.
or
I
remaster the
mean, like,
definitive, whichever one it
how the
is.
fuck, how the fuck could they have spent so long? Like, if it, I don't know. I mean, is it like Sonic Frontiers where that's the vibe I get. Where like Sonic Frontiers, it was people were like, how did it take them 5 years to come up with this game that looks like, kind of shitty?
Yeah.
Like it was
Well,
5 years between to the day even between that and Forces.
well,
And
see
this it's like if
what
this
people
is
think though is like it's usually not that. What it is probably like they spent a year developing something. They probably scrapped that. They spent probably like 6 months developing
yeah.
another project, and they're like, maybe not this one. Maybe we'll hold this part back. That's
But like
usually what
they had to
happens.
know. I mean, they had to know that like I mean, what is Rockstar like? What's their workflow now? It's like Red Dead 2 and then GTA, and I don't even know what would be planned after that. But
Probably
like
like Red Dead 3,
basically,
given their pattern. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
we'll get
not
Bully
Bully
2.
2. No, never
Hopefully.
Bully 2, sadly. Bully 2 would
Yeah.
be beautiful. Now, the longer time goes on, people go, oh, they would never bake it because it would be so, like, it would be so offensive. And it's like, it would be perfect to do Bully 2 now. This would be
Yeah,
the
it
best
would
time.
be like
And
the funniest time.
it would be so, like, it would not be able to not have politics in it, and people would get mad, and it would be great. I want Bully 2 so
And the
bad.
best part, everybody's gonna get mad.
Everybody. There's going to be college protests in the game because it'll be set in college, obviously. Or
Yeah.
even if it isn't, it'll be in like high school, and there will still be like protesting and ACAB. And then there's going to be like an alt-right group of weirdos that try to like indoctrinate your character or whatever. Like it's going to be great. I don't know. And there's going to be a
I'd
school
love a new one
shooting.
though.
Yeah.
The thing is, you could do. I think you could do in a bully, which we're getting close to ad read time. We should stop talking about
I was
school
going to
shooting
say,
soon.
yeah.
We'll wrap up the school shooting talk
I
before we
was
talk about our sponsor.
I was going to say, oh, speaking of school
No,
shoot, but no.
no.
Christian Dreams is
No.
not affiliated with any school
No, I'm
shootings.
not. I'm cutting that out too. I'm not. I'm not even gonna. We're not even gonna have
You
that
said
part of it.
anything but 9/11, man. I'm gonna bring up the Adam Lanza situation. People need to know about the crisis actors. God damn it!
Oh God,
Good lord.
you're giving me more work here, man. No, but in all seriousness, well, you could do a school shooting thing and make it where you're on the receiving end and make it kind of horrifying.
Yeah, remember no tweeting.
Remember, no
something like
Facebook.
that.
Remember, no Counter-Strike.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to feel really good and heal all of your problems? Genuinely, I promise it will. All of your weird, non-specific pains, it will be healed. This will not cure anything, but it will heal weird miscellaneous pain. It's cushy dreams, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. You know, you got an itch that you can't scratch, which is that you aren't high. Well, cushy dreams, they can solve that. I actually
sadly you cannot scratch away lack of high.
Yes, you can't scratch that. Believe me, we all here have tried at some point, and some more than others. Believe you me. But I just recently got their blue raspberry 100 milligram per, but 1,000 milligrams in the package here. Gummies.
Nice.
Yes. And I got the blue raspberry. They also have an assorted flavor bundle, which includes peach, pineapple, blackberry, you know, those kind of assorted flavors. But if you want regular strength, they're Delta 9 gummies. They also contain the active kind of strain that they sell at dispensaries.
No, here's the thing.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. Here's the breakdown, okay? Do you have non-diagnosed lumbago? All right?
Yes.
You're going to want to go...
I have that.
You're going to want to go with cushy dreams. Do you feel anxious? Do you feel tired? Do you feel fatigue with this modern world? Cushy Dreams has you covered. Now, I'm not saying that this is a cure for anything. I'm not saying that this is, going to heal all of what ails you. But I am going to say that you should buy from Cushy Dreams today.
Cushy Dreams is good shit. It's high quality. It's, they got smokable Delta 8, they got smokable CBD flower, and they have smokable pre-rolls of both. All good shit. And it's also federally legal in the United States of America and in all states of America.
Listen, Barack Obama gets high.
That he
does.
Want to
get high? Do you want to get high like Barack Obama, but with style? You got to go to Cushy Dreams.
I can't do a Barack Obama voice. I can't get that deep.
Now, let me be clear.
Yeah,
Cushy Dreams is it's the finest in federally legal cannabis products.
Now, if you were to draw a red line in the sand, would you not be able to get Cushy Dreams anymore? That would be a shame.
It would be a shame. Thankfully, with their little slip in here, this proves it's federally legal, so you can hold your line.
Nice.
Well, let me be clear. If you go to cushydreams.com, that's KUSHY dreams.com. If you use the promo code LOUD25, you'll get 25% off your next order. Now, me and my dog, Bo, we love smoking this stuff. Bo, of course, not a real dog. He's a genetically modified superdoid.
Of course.
Well, Bo, of course, is short. Bo, of course,
don't give this to your real dog, please.
No, his last name, of course, is Bo Jiden, your dog. Of course, we all know him. He's like King he's like Rex from New Vegas. Cyberbrain and all of that.
He gives the organs to keep Joe Biden alive.
He was given to me by an alien super megazoid on the night of my wedding. And he's sadly no longer with us. He went back to his planet to perform a massacre, but I miss him.
I read that somewhere. That's true.
If there's one thing, Mr. Obama, you and that alien have in common, it's war crimes. Hell yeah.
You gotta keep that in.
I'm keeping that. Oh, we'll never get the Obama guest. Fuck.
Here's the thing. We might not be able to get Obama as a guest, but with Cushy Dreams, ladies and gentlemen, if you get some Cushy Dreams delivered to your place today, you're going to be able to be the talk of the town, okay? You're going to have the gummies, you're going to have the pre-rolls, you're going to have all of the stuff, and, it's good stuff. I'm told, reliably, I'm not allowed to partake as a Canadian, but my boys here...
Yeah, sadly, continental United States only.
Yeah, sadly. Also, 21 and up.
Yeah, 21 and up.
Yes. You have to be legal and yet, like you said, there is a thing that proves that it's legal, so that if you can, I think, smoke that in public, correct?
Yeah, it is a notice to
I'm
law
not sure.
enforcement. I'm not sure if you can smoke it in public. You obviously make sure local laws.
can absolutely.
Obviously.
Make sure what your laws are, but you have a thing that proves that it's legal to some capacity, which is to say, if anybody does try to harass you within the limits provided, you can rub that in their face and tell them to eat dick.
Yeah, it does say. It does say
you can
on
literally.
here. It does say on here in bold, while these products may look like marijuana, they are not. So make sure to point that out to any fucking buddy-duddies. Okay?
You can literally shove it into their mouths and say, nah, 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 my stuff's legal.
Yeah, it's like, ha, bitch, look at this shit.
Listen, I went to a round 1 Saturday.
Yeah, oh, nice.
I walked in on a drug deal.
Oh, nice.
So I just saw like 2 people in the corner. One of them had like 15 bills, handed it to the other. I was like, I didn't see a thing. I'm going to my stall, taking a fat shit.
Nod your head, walk away. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
But the good thing about Cushy Dreams is, you know, the best thing about Cushy Dreams, you don't have to go to a dealer's house.
Yeah, if those 2 people were like,
it's good quality, and you don't have to go to a dealer's house.
Yeah, if those 2 people just said, you know what, I think I'd rather get some Cushy Dreams, code Loud25.
Yeah,
they would have saved money.
Oh yeah,
and supported the channel.
And I mean, the thing is,
they could have gotten so much weed for probably what they spent doing that kind of deal. They would have saved.
I saw like 15 bills. I don't know if they were like 5s or 20s or 100s, but that was a lot of green in those hands.
Oh yeah, you could have got a lot more green at Cushy Dreams.
Not only do you save money with the code Loud25 at checkout, but you save money on good shit too. You're getting good stuff. You're getting a deal on it. We're getting a kickback from it. The boys have both tried it. They you know, if you can put up with Bane's opinion about Call of Duty, if you can respect that, at least.
You should be able to respect my opinion about weed.
Exactly. I respect that way more than anything else he has to say about video games, at least.
Hell yeah.
But...
Yeah, you didn't say that about me because you know that I'm right about Daggerfall.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm willing to be convinced. That's the thing. But you were right about Armored Core not being a Souls-like. That's fair. But no, yeah, I was going to say this will make you the talk of the town. You're going to be able to invite over your priest. You're going to be able to invite over that girl you like. You're going to be able to invite over the whole homeowner committee and prove to them that you have the nicest lawn and the most feng shui furniture arrangements in the cul-de-sac.
And the coolest grass clippings around.
Exactly.
Bring your rabbi. Shabbat shalom.
The grass clippings, of course, are the weed.
You know what you do?
Spread the word.
You go to your high school reunion. You go talk to Stacy Kellerman, that girl that turned you down. You pull out the Cushy Dreams and say, "Hey, want to go smoke in the back?"
She is immediately giving you dome.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? She's divorcing her husband while she's giving you head.
That girl was a lesbian before. Crazy.
I probably should specify this does not make people turn away from sexuality.
Oh yeah, no. It just she was turned on to you beforehand, but you know, hey, she just decided since she couldn't get you, she thought you weren't attracted to her. That's what happened. Okay?
I mean, there was a whole thing. She thought that you weren't there for she was attracted to you, but you know you weren't going to be able to support her.
Why do you think every girl she dates looks like you? Wears flannel like you?
Yeah.
You got it. Really.
Yeah, she knew that you weren't going to be able to support her emotionally at that time, but you will show up with that Cushy Dreams, and you will prove to her that you're a responsible adult who used code Loud25 at checkout, and now you can have
saved money, but can also have a good time. You're fiscally responsible, which, honest to God, 90% of Americans aren't. So
you're not going to wind up in jail again. Not for any financial
not for
reason,
anything.
at least.
Not for anything they can catch you on.
And definitely not for anything drug related, because this is all federally legal.
Hell yeah.
It is federally legal. But Claw, I have to ask, did you just say that this hypothetical person is going to have her kids?
Yes.
That's the magic. That's the magic of Cushy Dreams, baby.
Hell yeah.
All the way.
You know, Cushy Dreams is a very progressive company, but it is also not on the anti-woke app that Tristan uses.
Yeah.
They're
Because
not
he
woke or anti-woke.
Tristan
They're good for both sides.
Tristan unironically uses this app day to day. He uses it to make sure of what
Yes.
brands to buy,
Yeah.
you know, and Cushy Dreams is
Secretly, he
not.
buys everything which is most political. He buys nothing in between.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Except for Cushy
And
Dreams.
Cushy Dreams. Yeah, Cushy Dreams is like not woke or anti-woke. They are right down the middle, neutral, which, you know, I know.
They're chilling.
Centrists,
They're having a good
I know.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just chilling, but they want everybody to be happy, and that's the
They
thing.
want people
so
to
you,
have
if
Cushy
That's
Dreams.
the real goal, honestly.
exactly, you know,
They just want you to have nice, high quality cannabis THC products, also CBD if you're so
Right.
inclined.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
And they
even
want you, and you know
CBD
what? By
if you're
pairing with
nasty.
us, helping out with the code Loud25, they also, you know, they want you to get a good deal, 25% off your order.
It's a
Yeah.
damn good deal.
whether you're going to see the Barbie movie with your woke trash femoid girlfriend, or you're going to see the Mario movie with your based red-pilled Republican boy
Shapiro.
male friends.
Now
Yeah.
let's be
Yeah.
honest, it's the Minions. They're
It
going
really-
to see the
Well,
Minions.
That's fair. That's fair. But
You know, when
whether
Minion
you're
Movies 5
doing
comes out, oh yeah.
one or the other, if you're one of the 5 people that saw the new Indiana Jones, you would have been really improved. That experience would have been way better if you'd had some Cushy Dreams. If you're going to write a blog about how much you hate Hollywood and it's woke, it's going to be improved. If you're going to write a blog about how racist Hollywood is and it needs to be woken up,
Yeah.
Cushy Dreams is going to help you with the
I-
creativity that you need.
I legitimately watched some classic Doctor Who while on some Cushy Dreams, and it was so good.
I
Nice.
watched the Twisted Metal series on Cushy Dreams, and it was a very good time.
Hell yeah.
And I honestly, I
Wanna see
might
the
do it again
One
with these
Piece series
gummies.
soon.
Yeah, which
You know, the one
we'll
One
talk about
Piece
that
seems
soon. with
great
that,
for
yeah.
Cushy Dreams.
Which, yeah, hey, get yourself some of these gummies. Have a good long weekend. Enjoy yourself. That's what I recommend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, use promo code loud. Yeah, let me speak English this time. Jeez, 1 second. Let me
Don't
think.
be a stupid. Don't be a stupid. Use promo code loud25 today at checkout.
I might censor that
You shut up, Bane. KUSHY dreams.com /loud25. No,
No,
not
promo
promo
code
code.
loud20. We've done this 2
promo code
episodes in a row.
loud25 at checkout.
2
Next time
episodes in a
you're
row.
next time you're gonna do it.
Yeah, you're right. Again, I'll fuck that up next. But yes, folks. So yeah, we should talk about that. There is the One Piece live action television series, which a friend of ours got us all really hyped for, I think. Which we need to have him on soon.
I have
Good point, yeah.
I have no good opinions about One Piece personally.
I like it.
I got about halfway through the mango, and it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. The live action caught my attention because I've always found like live action stuff. It's almost always botched. But when they
Yeah.
do it, you know, sometimes every now and then it's just like one of the best movies ever, like a Sin City or a Dark Knight or whatever, one of those. Not necessarily best movies ever, but like on lists of like, wow, this is amazing. Like, yeah, because sometimes it can be done right. And it's kind of rare. Like, Lord of the Rings is a live action adaptation. And when I started getting into One Piece, it really felt like, wow, yeah, for them to be able to do this in live action would be incredibly difficult. And it would be like, yeah, this would be. Yeah, apparently they've done it. I mean, I don't know. By the time this is up, it'll be out. Maybe we'll be eating our words. But supposedly the early reviews are saying that it's really good. It's it's everything that it should be. The characters are likable, and everything that we've seen looks really good. The one thing people are complaining about is there's a certain fishman villain with a weird nose who does not quite look imposing enough and just kind of looks like a guy
Yeah.
with a weird nose.
It's like
But
a little goofy looking, but I'll take
like
a little
other than
goofy
that,
looking.
I mean, they have a guy whose body parts fly off of him, and then he screams "chop chop cannon" while his body parts fly at the characters, and that's all done in like live action, and it looks pretty good. So
Yeah,
I think it's
it
okay
looks
that the
solid.
guys. I think it's okay that Arlong looks a little weird. You know, it's fine. 'Cause not everything can be perfect, but yeah, it's looking really great, really great. Everybody has been down on it because of like Cowboy Bebop, Netflix, and the Death Note thing,
Yeah, which
and
Death Note was kind of a dumb idea from the start, and
I don't know because the Death Note. I mean, people
well,
don't
well, the
like
way
it,
well the
but
way they did it was the dumb way, I think.
I mean, yeah, people don't. Yeah, I guess people don't like it. The Netflix Deathflix note. People
Yeah,
don't like it because it's like this stupid Americanized Final Destination version of Death Note. But like apparently the Death Note creators like it, and it's kind of from what I've heard, it is kind of faithful in some ways.
it's an adaptation of it. It's not really a translation of it, if that makes sense. Where it's like they're taking different ideas to
Yeah,
kind of do different
it's
things.
it's
It was
taking
weird.
the ideas. It took the ideas of Death Note and turned it into an American version, like an American teen drama thing. It wasn't trying to be like a direct translation, and I think that, well, for what they tried to do, it wasn't what people were looking for, but it was like a stylized, weird take on Death Note, which I guess maybe it was a success. I don't know that much about the series, but like yeah, I mean, Cowboy Bebop was one where it was trying to be a little bit closer to how everything actually looked in the anime, and it was fairly unsuccessful. I think a lot of people felt that way. I liked it enough at first. As a
I
Yeah,
I saw this one scene that looked like it was straight out of a really really bad sitcom.
What
it
scene would it have been? What was happening in it?
was it when
They
he
were like in
first
a
met
bar.
Ryuk. Oh, okay.
They were in a
Oh,
bar and like they were talking about bidets.
Oh yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
don't know the scene, but I do know. Yeah, I know there were some scenes that were kind of sitcom-y. They did err on that a little too much. The casting was pretty good for the main crew, not Ed at the end there, but the main crew, it was pretty good. And a lot of the sets were cool, but yeah, they deviated pretty hard. They missed the point of certain things. And yeah, I was enjoying it when I was first watching it because I don't have too much attachment to Cowboy Bebop outside of liking the music. I was like, wow, this is looking pretty good for like. My whole thing was it looks good for what it is for like an American sci-fi action series. It looks way better than like Altered Carbon or some shit that just looks generic and boring. Uh, Cowboy Bebop looked all right, compared to that, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is like a fan movie or something." It wasn't that bad, but I don't know. In talking about like weird adaptations, it reminds me of the idea I always had to adapt part one of JoJo, uh, but it's just like the Pride and Prejudice like rivalry shit. It
yeah.
doesn't venture into like full on fucking anime jabroni villain shit. It's just like maybe there's a vampire mask thing, that's fine. But it's mostly just like Jonathan and Dio like fighting for supremacy of like this family, and then there's like the fire stuff happens. I would like to see like just a serious Victorian era like take on that. I think that would be weird and interesting, but I know that fans would hate it and would be like, "What do you mean?" And it wouldn't lead into a part 2 or anything. It would just be that story
Yeah.
because I just think that story on its own is kind of cool.
So
But
interesting, real quick. There
hmm?
is a apparently both a sequel film to the Netflix film and a Netflix new live action series also, which is weird
For
for Death Note.
Death Note, there's a
Yeah,
sequel coming to that thing.
they're making a sequel movie and they're also doing a new live action series adaptation by the Duffer
I mean,
Brothers.
I don't really know who that is. I've heard the
Stranger
name.
Things people.
Oh, I guess I could see it. Yeah, I suppose I could see that. the sequel to the movie is weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's so fucking strange.
that's interesting because like the first Death Note is famous for like the first half of it or first season of the anime
Yeah.
is like really good, and then I guess apparently I think a certain character dies, and then it sort of goes off the rails. The whole thing was the dynamic of two characters, and it kind of stops being that way. And I don't know what the fuck they do in a sequel to that,
No, not either. It's kind of
because I
absurd.
think they also incorporated elements of that, like the Misa character or whatever her name is, the like tsundere girl from season 2. Again, I
Oh,
don't know too
yeah.
much about it, but they did incorporate her into that movie, so it would be like why would they make a sequel to that? Nobody liked it. I guess it was successful.
It would have to have been, because it's like, why the fuck would you?
And that was a while ago, too. I mean, the series adaptation sounds reasonable.
Yeah,
But,
2017 was the original film.
yeah, I mean, I guess it's not that long, but it's a while. Yeah, I mean, talking about, like, live-action shit, they are making that Silent Hill 2 movie,
Yeah,
which
huh.
I don't.
I...
I don't think that's gonna work.
Like,
No...
it's titled Return to Silent Hill. I remember the title, because why wouldn't I? I mean,
Return to Silent. That's such a generic title.
it is.
I mean,
The plot
it's better than
synopsis.
just calling it Silent Hill 2 because it's not the second Silent Hill movie, but like,
The plot synopsis here is kind of weird because as a Silent Hill fan, it's like some of it makes sense and some of it's like why, who, what. So I'll read it here. Driven by the shadows of his past, James Sunderland returns to Silent Hill to find his lost love, Mary Crane, which new last
Crane.
yeah yeah. Hang on, and it gets weirder because I was like, what? But the dark, depressing small town is no longer replaced from his memories. He meets characters who seem all too familiar and who try to divert him. Try to divert him from his search for Mary. The longer he searches for Mary, the more he begins to wonder if this is still reality or if he's fallen into the dark underworld of Jacob Crane. Now, I cannot figure out who the
fuck is Jacob Crane?
Yeah,
wait, is this not a thing?
This is not a thing originally in Silent Hill.
Villain?
They made up a new, like, dark, foreboding thing,
Wait, hang on. The Dark World of Jacob Crane. So this is no longer him like going insane over what his own like guilt and stuff,
well,
and this is now
well,
like a spooky sorcerer put a spell on him.
Well, mind you, there may be some
magic spell on him.
There may be some misdirect though, because you got to think there are a lot of people who haven't played Silent Hill 2, so it's like okay, maybe there's some misdirection here, but also it's so stupid to like try to change the plot. You don't need to change the plot of Silent Hill 2.
I haven't played Silent Hill 2. Does Mary have a real last name, or is that important? Or
I think it's just Mary Sunderland, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess this is like her name before that. I don't know.
But it's
one of the things
never been brought up. No, her original last name was Mary Shepherd Sunderland because she's related to the Shepherds from Silent Hill Homecoming.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think they thought of that when it happened, but that makes sense, sure. They probably
that was something they kind of
later.
added way later.
Yeah. One of the things with the Cowboy Bebop show was they tried to deviate in ways that were like, hey, this is something we didn't focus on. This is something the anime didn't focus on, like Vicious, the villain guy. So what if we have him take up half the fucking screen time of this whole series instead, because he wasn't a focus before, and people are like, yeah, he was a weird mystery. He wasn't like he wasn't like a character you needed to have a lot of depth for, and so now they're like, changing up things with like Mary or whatever. It's like we want to explore the angle of like this woman before she was with him.
Sometimes that works, so I can't get too mad at it, but the problem is you gotta really you gotta full sail it when you do it, because if you look at The Last of Us, which the show is really good, I'll say that, but the show completely deviates on one character, Bill. I'm not gonna spoil it because you should watch the show if you haven't seen it. but they deviate completely, but they actually pay it off. And that's a problem. A lot of these things don't pay it off.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're just different because
Because
we
it's
don't want to
different.
tell the same story.
Yeah, they're
Well,
just
like,
different to be different.
Has anybody ever been able to identify why they needed to make Sonic so ugly? Like why their
There
first
is
thing was we need to ruin this aesthetically perfect character design that everybody has said Sonic is such a great character design. That's the one thing about him that's great. Why was their first thought we need to make him ugly? Like, why do they always have to change things in these adaptations?
There is a conspiracy theory that they did it on purpose.
I don't know about that.
I
I've heard
personally
it.
don't believe it, but it's also like at the very least like something to think about.
It's just that they
Yeah.
fired the whole animation studio.
Yeah, that's what keeps me
I
from
mean,
thinking this.
it's also possible that they just hate, like, I watched YMS talking his coverage of the Oscars recently, and they pointed out how they like super fucking snubbed the VFX people, and they like frequently do that apparently. And yeah, just Hollywood just hates the fucking VFX people who make all of their movies happen. So it's possible that they just, yeah, that kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know. They planned it out as a thing, knowing that they would like axe the studio. I guess it's kind of a long con, but it did get people talking. You know.
True.
And like the funny thing is, the rest of the movie is relatively, like Sonic Movie 1 was relatively faithful. I mean, not really faithful, but like it didn't feel unlike a Sonic thing. Like it felt pretty okay, other than that design. Which is like, did they like fix up all of that? I guess it's also like it comes back to like the Netflix Resident Evil show that had Lance Reddick in it.
Yeah.
Which everybody hated.
Here's the thing. I thought that it had a neat concept, jumping back and forth between pre-outbreak and post, and it was at least better than the movies, at least like the later movies.
Yeah, but I mean, even the movies, like it's all of them, like the Halo show. Why did they have to make it all about a bunch of shit that has nothing to do with Halo? Why couldn't they just make it about Halo?
Speaking of which,
yeah,
remind me about Halo after we're done talking about this, because
we are still getting. I think we're still getting a second season of that show soon.
We are.
God.
I will still check it out just to see if they fix it.
It's understandable, like, the Wheel of Time show is getting another season, and there's always things you have to change. The Wheel of Time show changed certain things that made sense. And I've heard that they're changing other things that have also made sense. There's a lot of things they're changing that make no fucking sense at all. Yeah, and by sense, I mean like
work in like normal adaptations.
There's like Wheel of Time is an example, and games are also an example of like, okay, so you can't have a Halo level be an entire episode of a TV show. You need to have more than that. But why did they have to change?
You could for a few of them.
You kind of could if it was shot well and it was like suspenseful, not shooting constantly, but like suspenseful. Like he's turning around the corner and it's
that's the thing. A lot of the Halo levels just are pretty chill when between combat.
There's like some exploration and stuff. That's kind of what I want the Metroid movie to be. Apparently, that's what the Kong Skull Island director has pitched as the Metroid movie. Is like long, slow shots of Samus just exploring the planet and like brief periods of like talking and shit, which sounds cool. But most of the time, if you're adapting a video game like Last of Us, you can't really just have it be like a bunch of shootouts every episode like you would in the actual game. So it makes sense they want to focus on other things. In the Wheel of Time show, for example, that's based on a book. In the book, there's a character who gets the ability. This is a little preview of the Wheel of Time hyperfixation I'm gonna do. In the book, there's a character who gets the ability to smell people's emotions, and so he can smell if someone's lying. He has like wolf powers, and he can smell if people are like lying or if they're nervous or whatever. That doesn't work so well for a TV show. So like, what are they gonna do? I don't know yet. They haven't done anything with it yet. But like whenever they do something, that's something that they can change. Things that they probably shouldn't change is like making like the whole fucking inconsistency of the lore. I'm turning into a complete nerd. But the whole inconsistency of the entire concept of the entire series, which is that there is this guy who will be reborn, and it can only be a guy because the gendered magic system. And the TV show is just like, well, we want to change that. We don't think that's good enough. Now it can also have been a girl, even though that doesn't make any sense and wouldn't work. And it's like, I just don't get... I guess it's like creative... It's like executive people at every stage. They're making like a Resident Evil movie. And they're like, could we just adapt the game? No. We need to make it about my wife, who is the star.
Well, no, first it was the woman I want to
bitch
fuck.
wife Jessica.
Yeah.
First it was the woman I want to fuck. And then now it's the woman who is now my wife.
Yeah, and it's like, they all have some... I think that might be what it is there's just some, like, guy who... I've heard of, like, the executive guy who, like, has no creativity and nothing to offer, but he wants to. So he's like, you gotta put in this! And it's just some stupid shit, and it just, like, ruins things if he is listened to. And so, like, you have to learn ways to appease the person who tells you that. And so, like, yeah, you get movies like... Yeah, like, there was... I'm just imagining it, like, the Sonic thing. They were probably all on board to make a normal Sonic movie. He probably... I mean, I don't know. Do you think he would have looked like just regular Sonic at first before they decided to make him ugly? And then before they fixed the ugly version? Was he gonna just be, like, the Sonic Unleashed model?
I mean, I think it probably would have been something similar.
Probably something similar to what we ultimately got.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they... I mean, I doubt that they wouldn't have, but they might. It's very possible that they use like one of the game models as like a placeholder.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, I don't know, because I'm just like, at what point did some guy come along and be like, no, this universally recognized thing that everybody likes is not good enough. We need to make this ugly and give it weird teeth and give it like hands and fucking like ugly sneakers and too much fur and just everything. That design is burned into my eyes forever, and it's just emblematic of every bad live action thing ever. That just has no respect, like the Avatar movie.
It's I don't know how to describe it, honestly.
I don't know. I find it...
Yeah.
Are you getting cushy dreams?
I'm getting cushy dreamed. I'm sorry.
Nice.
That's okay. That's fair. Code LOU25 at checkout.
Hell yeah.
I do think, though, that television is where games need to adapt more, if I'm being honest, though.
Yeah.
Because film has been treating, games kind of rough.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to do a movie game.
It's like, you can't boil a game down to 2 hours.
Yeah. I think they're making a Metal Gear Solid movie.
I think you might be able to do a movie out of Metal Gear. But
no.
But you'd be trimming down a lot.
I mean, not only could you... I don't think you could do a movie. I barely think you could do a TV show of Metal Gear. Like, even if it was just MGS1 or any single Metal Gear thing, if that was all you were trying to do...
You'd have to make it. You have to directly make it. You wouldn't be able to adapt a game. You'd probably have to do like its own story.
Oh, so we get Metal Gear Netflix will be like the Ghost Babel or whatever, where it's not really canonical and has nothing to do with anything. That would be a shame.
It would kind of be a shame, but then I don't know.
I think that's what you'd have to do.
Sometimes you get
though.
something so good though, where it's like it ends up becoming a part of a canon. Like Alien Isolation basically is now just a part of the Alien canon because it's that good,
I think it was like either written or approved for canon by like I think one of the people who owns the license, basically.
I've been meaning to play that game actually. Yeah.
Alien Isolation, which call back to that game Hyenas, same developers, so
that's cool.
A lot of that same DNA came forward.
It's funny how many, like, I mean, it goes both ways a little bit in terms of, like, game adaptations of movies and stuff. You had that weird segment in, like, the mid 2000s where there was like the Sopranos game, the
Yeah.
Playboy game. That's not
Oh,
even a movie, but that was just a weird
that's
fucking thing they made.
magazine brand game. They had a
Like,
lot of brand
Scarface.
Grey's
games.
Anatomy on PS2.
Yeah, Desperate
Yeah.
Housewives on PC.
Oh
Full
god,
House Tournament
CSI
Fighter.
game, CSI games. Remember those?
Speaking of Full House Tournament Fighter, I don't know if people know about this. There is a game coming. I don't remember the name of it. It's coming later this year, unless it's been delayed. It is like a Golden Girls themed Persona fan game
Oh, I know what you're
where you
talking
That
play
about.
sounds
as
amazing.
you play as the Golden Girls as they fight shadows and like find their true selves in their heart or whatever. And
Finally, Blanche is going through dementia.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a free game because it's like all copyright shit, so
Yeah.
not for profit. It's looking pretty cool. It was like earlier this year I saw a trailer for that. Yeah, there's a lot of I mean that's like a kind of a joke version, but that's like a kind of a funny example of like the Scarface game or whatever. The fucking
I mean,
any of those where it was like how did Rockstar make The Warriors into a video game?
oh,
And
I can
why
no, hang on.
did they?
I can see how. Maybe the why is a good question, but the how I could see that.
Where's the American History X video game, you fuckers?
Yeah, there was years ago. It's banned, but it was like if the game was called Ethnic Cleansing.
Oh, yes,
no.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
I remember that game. I remember people played it and it had a song that went Feller get
yeah.
on the boat,
Yeah.
feller go home. It was
That might also be
it was
another
like
hyperfixation.
screaming.
We might have to do a
screaming,
hyperfixation
no.
on offensive games.
Maybe.
Because I could talk
Postal
about
2.
well, I could talk about how I've played that JFK Sniper Simulator so fucking much.
Oh my god, I have an anecdote about this.
Oh yeah?
Oh, really?
So,
Gotta have JFK's head in the thumbnail now. I'm sorry, man.
no, I'm not doing that.
I have everything but his head in the
But-
thumbnail.
Oh, we're going to hell.
That's the thing. I have a very focused thumbnail design for this. and
That's
I really
fair.
don't
That's
wanna-
fair. That's
I
fair.
don't want to clutter it.
Damn.
Okay, so when around the time it was like a year or the year of my graduation,
Yeah.
one of my friends who will go unnamed because he's a police officer now
Oh, that just
Had-
added a new layer to this.
had a father who was like faculty at the school. So
Oh, well.
he walks up to me and just hands me this like reflective packaging, and I was like, "The fuck is this? An MRE?" I take it. It's metal inside. Open it up. It's a fucking hard drive.
Oh god. Oh
Now-
god. That's
At
not.
around this, at around
want
this
that.
point, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't really have anything to use to read this. Also, I don't know shit about computers, so like, I guess I'll take it.
Hmm.
It wasn't like, take this now and don't tell anybody about it. It was like, hey, here, have this. So
Yeah.
this happened twice, by the way. One of the times I actually still I can't access one of the hard drives because it's IDE.
Oh
But
god.
one of them is SATA. And when I got a hard drive like a little hard drive like a dock
Yeah.
USB, thank you Claw by the way again for that. It's been immensely fun and useful. I decided, hang on, I have hard drives just in my room. So I go and I grab the one that I can use. I plug it in. And one of the things I found was JFK Reloaded.
Oh yeah. That
I
is
also
a
found,
fun time had by all.
I also found the Steam installer, which this was like around 2008, 2007.
Oh god. So yeah, it's the early version.
Wait, that
of the
was
scene.
that old?
Yeah. Well.
Yes.
Yeah. The JFK Reloaded I think came out in like 08, maybe
Yeah.
07.
Is that? Do either of you remember? I saw on CNN when I was a kid. It was like 2005 or something. There was a game supposedly made by terrorists, quote unquote, where you could kill George Bush.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and I think it was made just by like like
It
some
was just
dorks
from
on
some
V.
fucking guy, probably.
It was
Yeah.
like
Nice.
some dude on something awful who was like, "Hey, this is content."
Well, if we talk about offensive games in an episode, I will just go off. Tristan and I and Bane too, if you want. We will
Oh
all
yeah,
just go off about how Postal 2 is the best.
but Postal 2 might be one
Yeah.
of the most fun games ever made.
I
gotta
mean,
replay it.
it's legitimately one of the closest things to a Deus Ex sequel, and that's so bizarre to me. I mean, it isn't really, but like just the way the world is designed and like the way that it plays, it reminds me more of Deus Ex than a lot of games that have tried a lot harder.
Just the
Yeah.
level of shit you can do, you know.
It's Deus Ex, but you could piss on people, and I can appreciate that.
Deus
I wish
Piss
I could
Machina.
play.
That's the real game of the year.
I wish I could play that on stream. I don't think I can because I would love to play the like Gamergate era mod expansion pack that came out. That was like official and had fucking Milo
Was that-
Yiannopoulos in it and
Was that
everything.
the one with Gary Coleman in it, or was that a previous
No,
one?
Well,
I think he was dead. That was in the original.
The base game had Gary Coleman.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, no, there was like an expansion released in like 2014 Gamergate
2014 or
era.
15, yeah.
It had Milo voice acting in it, and
Oh god, I
like
forgot who else
other
it had in there. I think it may have
other
had
weird like
Mercedes
Easter
Carrera.
eggs. Oh good god,
What
it
a
never ends.
No matter what,
cast.
no matter where we go, no matter what we do, it all goes back to Mercedes
It
Carrera.
all goes back to Bane sending his cock to Mercedes Carrera.
How was
She never gave it back, by the way.
She gave some stuff. She gave some stuff back
Oh,
for free. So I mean, at that time I wasn't complaining. I didn't know. How was I supposed
nowadays
to know?
it's traumatizing. Have I ever told the story about how I got in trouble with Larkin Love?
Not
on
a
here.
podcast, no.
Yeah, there was a time years ago where I got one of those classic ISP letters that was like, you need to stop downloading so much, you are in trouble. And the specific thing that it told me that I downloaded was a Larkin Love porn video. I believe the specific title was She Swallows Sperm, Larkin Love, which was cool. I got the email about that. And I posted about it on Twitter. I'm like, damn, Larkin Love canceled me. And I think someone we all knew back in the day tweeted at her, was like, hey, at Larkin Love, what are you going to say? What do you have to say about this? And she was just like, sad. If only you had paid, whatever per month to access my site instead of being, sued for however many $1,000. And because I think I said on there, like, it was telling me like what, $500. It was like $500 to $5,000 or something was supposedly the amount I needed to pay. They scare you with that or whatever. And I was just like, I'm as a joke, I tweeted out like, I'm sorry, milady, with just a tip fedora picture, and yeah, it was kind of funny. I never actually did get in trouble from Larkin Love, but she is aware that I stole a lot of her porn.
Yeah, which
Very nice.
Hey,
can't complain about that.
could be worse.
I wonder if she knows that you're like a decent sized YouTuber now.
I don't think she would make the connection, but hey.
Let's not.
Wasn't this with your current account?
Should we cut this out?
Oh, what?
I don't know,
Cut
just in
this
case.
out?
Should we
No,
cut this out? Okay.
I don't give a shit.
By the way, apparently I'm looking here. Mercedes Carrera called into fucking Gavin McInnes' show, so if she can call into that, she can call in here. So I'm going to try to figure out how we can get that going.
Oh God.
Yeah.
If
God. I
we
don't
can-
think I.
I mean, don't you want to speak to someone in prison?
Not necessarily, Bane.
I'm neutral on the subject.
I don't know. Are we gonna?
I think it would be a fun meme.
There were other people I suggested calling or like asking up about.
I'm down
being
for
on a
them
Gamergate
too.
thing. Well, yeah, and there was one specific person.
Yeah,
that Tristan was like, "No, thanks. I don't want to turn this into a bully episode."
And it's like,
Yeah.
I can understand.
That's
why
kind of the way
would.
I feel a little bit about that
Mercedes,
situation.
I mean, Yeah, it would turn into a little bit of a bully episode, but I mean, it's like Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know. We can try to figure out some kind of questions. She's. It would be. I guess I'd be down for it.
I'd have to
I
find.
don't
I'd have
know.
to figure out where she's at and what prison she's at. But she's apparently willing to call into Gavin McInnes' show, and we're at least 20% more, normal than him. So that's something.
Yeah. I mean, Gavin McInnes, is he one of the Nazis? I think he's one of the Nazis.
I don't. I remember. I think he's the one who like jammed something in his ass live on camera.
Oh, just the one? There's probably a few who've done that.
I think secretly, I think a lot of those guys are hiding something.
They're very
Gavin
neat and tidy.
McInnes. Gavin McInnes is the one with like the fucking like the jaunty gentleman mustache.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
one of those
Googling.
Proud Boy people, I think.
I think he is. He's the founder of Proud Boys. Yeah.
Right. I think.
Yep, that's him in the middle there.
I definitely knew the name.
Picture.
Oh God, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there is a whole video of him jamming a sex toy in his ass. Oh God.
What a guy.
Good
for him.
I could link it to you guys. I'm not. I respect you guys too much to show this to you.
I mean, is it any better than TJ and the banana?
Do you want to see it?
It might as well.
I don't.
Spoiler if you want.
Tell you what, I'll spoiler it for Tristan. But yeah, no, that is just up in there. Is all I'm gonna say. That's halfway in there.
Wow, that is just on his show. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I thought it would be like an old archived video of him doing it like secretly, but no, it's just on his show. Wow.
Oh yeah,
what is that up his ass? What is it?
That's a butt plug. That is a butt plug up his ass.
Why does he have a butt plug up his ass?
I'm not. I don't fully know the context, but I'm just gonna assume it's to. Oh. Apparently, from what I'm seeing from text here, apparently he shoved a dildo up his ass to show he doesn't hate gays.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Well, that'll do it.
That really is just, sucking a homie's dick to own the libs.
Yeah, it's God, man, what has happened to people?
I mean, I talked about a guy on my stream. It was 2 people earlier today. There is a story. I don't know if either of you. I don't think I saw either of you there. Maybe you haven't heard about this. Yeah. There is a guy. 2 people. And this is just allegations currently. We don't know if it's true, but the allegation, and this is to say, the conversation that came out was a guy saying, "Well, me and my boyfriend have some weird, kind of immoral kinks," and it turned out that the kink was the boyfriend fills up his water. The boyfriend fills up the bottom's asshole with water, and then shoves fish in there, and then fucks his fishy asshole. And then, if the fish survive, they are allowed to swim free in a fishbowl to be fucked again later. And if not, then they are, shit out. But
do they eat them afterwards? That's a question.
I'm not certain, but
that's a different kind of meat tenderizing,
Yes, I was saying it's like he mortar and pestles the fish into the dude's asshole. His dick is the mortar, and that dude's asshole is the pestle. I mention it because like you're just like, yeah, people are getting crazy. Yeah, I've heard of some shit today that I've never heard of in my life. Like that, I don't know. I said my first response, this is some Sodom and Gomorrah shit.
It really
and
is.
Like, should we get the fish fuckers on the podcast?
I think they've.
Well, I only have one question for them.
Did you fuck fish? Well, they said that the wriggling feels really good. It's an anal vor thing. The fish in the asshole, it's an anal vor thing, and apparently the dude with the cock, he, the fucker, he I guess gets to feel the wriggling inside the asshole. You get a couple fishies in there, and you're good to go, really. So yeah, this is
Fuck.
this is our world now, and they're furries, by the way, like fursuiting furries.
I mean, that part didn't really surprise me.
One of them looks like Professor K, and one of them from Jet Set Radio, and one of them looks like Pyro in the Cruelty Squad video.
Oh God!
And that would be the one taking the fish up the asshole.
Ugh.
So it's unfortunate that Pyro got outed again. Yeah, we're up to some weird
Pyro.
stuff in 2023.
Rest in peace, Pyro.
I just wanted to come on here and talk about fucking Halo and shit today, man. I didn't expect to have my life changed in this way.
Listen, it's 2023. Anything and everything is happening, and Twitter is now X. What are you gonna do about it? You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep calling it Twitter. That's what I'm gonna do.
Same here.
I saw a fucking article earlier that credited X as X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yep. That's how they send you emails too. By the way.
Really?
Yes.
What does it say? Like X,
Formerly Twitter.
brackets Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh,
X brackets formerly Twitter.
That's great. I mean, yeah, I guess eventually people will catch on.
Well, no, it's for spam filters.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine
having
having a site name so bad and generic that it could get caught by spam filters.
And imagine trading that out for the site name that is like synonymous with the thing you're doing.
Yeah, literally, short-term posting online is tweeting, no matter where you are.
They changed the name of Windex to Window Bleach. No, they just changed it to W, but it wasn't a W for Windex.
It was a big
Vindex.
L.
Vindex. Yeah. God. Oh, let me see here. They're doing this is a topic jump completely, but they're doing a television series based off that movie 13 Ghosts.
Wow, I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
13 Ghosts?
Yeah, if you've never seen it, it's a horror film. The premise is there's a house that contains... Basically, it's a trap for ghosts, essentially. I'm not going to do a great job explaining this film, but it is wonderfully weird. It's also got Tony Shalhoub in it and Matthew Lillard hamming it the fuck up.
Oh, that's cool.
Tell you what, if there's ever a movie recommendation I'm gonna have, folks, watch 13 Ghosts.
Or at least watch the TV series Monk, and also the Scooby-Doo live-action movie.
Oh, yeah.
God, also, Hackers, 1993?
Hack the Planet.
1993.
Either that or 94.
Their crime was curiosity.
God, Hackers. That style.
1995.
95, really?
Yeah.
That feels later than it should be.
Yeah, I know, right?
I feel like we might be Mandela affecting ourselves, you know? The PVC pants, man. PVC pants were a thing in the 90s.
So
those need to make
I
a
wanted
comeback.
to mention.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer we want to go, but I did want to mention they're doing a fire festival too.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Should we go?
I mean,
I don't have the money to go. I don't have the will to go. I just want to see the bullshit that happens afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, apparently a lot of people are going or are planning to go because they want it to be a disaster and they want to be able to post about it. Influencers want to make, their career off of being at Fire Festival. Which is like, I guess, congratulations, you are literally lining up to be scammed.
Yeah. You're kind of setting yourself up for failure here, Chief.
Billy said, "Hey, yo, who wants to be scammed?" And everyone was like, me.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing that he isn't just like, I'm sorry. And now everybody is like, oh, okay, we forgive you. I'm sure it'll be fine now. You've improved. Instead, it is him just saying, I have not improved. Here's Fire Festival 2, and people like, lol, okay. Which I guess makes sense. But
Tell you what,
people are gonna be fucking going to it.
Tell you what, though, folks, if you want, because I'll just announce it now, we got the Loud Equals Funny Patreon.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, what are the wonderful tiers that you've constructed for us?
Tell us about it.
Currently, for now, there's just one tier, and it's $5 a month. You'll get early access, ad-free episodes.
Nice.
Which means even the Cushy Dreams ads, but that's mostly just like the main ad. You'll still hear sometimes the little ones through. Sorry, I don't have a lot of time on my hands. And you'll get 10% off our merch store, which will be expanding hopefully soon.
Hell yeah!
We want to buy samples before we really expand it, but that code
send get some samples.
Oh yeah, that's a plan. I
plan on looks.
I plan on getting samples for all three of us on this. So
yeah, I know that we've had at least one sale of the merch, and
we have.
People
have
using the.
Somebody's bought someone, yeah.
We've had people using the Cushy Dreams code. You know, people.
Oh yeah, we've had a few purchases of that. We should be hearing more about that soon.
Yeah, let us know what you know about that after we're done recording this.
Oh yeah.
Also, I just want to say, quick note for anyone who has bought stuff from the store: send us photos.
Yeah, take a photo, post it on Twitter, send us at us. Which I also this is off
Loud
off podcast
funny
stuff.
On X.
It's Loud Funny Pod on X. Loud Equals Funny was taken, I think.
Damn.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's been like dead for months.
On everything.
But yeah, Loud Funny Pod. Yeah. It's rolls off the tongue.
It's always such a shame you'll have your name. It's like, oh, I just want to name my account. My name.
Yeah, everywhere. And it's like, oh.
Well, no, it's not even like you look it up and it's like, oh, my name is Todd. The one guy whose name is Todd on Twitter hasn't posted since 2008 or something.
It's why, admittedly,
it's like, can't I just be Todd now, please? Can anybody be Todd?
Admittedly, I'm thinking of rebranding eventually from Fuzhou, just because, when you look it up, you find the city 90% of the time. It's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that's down the road.
I mean, maybe just Fuz. I don't know, something like that.
But I thought about a couple things. We'll talk about that later. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. You were saying that on the Patreon, were you trying to set up like a goal for Fire Festival?
To tell you what, if people can get us to however much it takes to get the Fire Festival and all the other fees and shit, we'll go.
I don't think I'll go.
I'll go and I'll report.
Can go, and
I'll report from there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what you could do?
Go like Mike Stolklasa at one, just standing there, blank faced.
You know what you could do?
Yeah.
You could see if you can invest in like an IRL streaming backpack.
Oh yeah.
And then we could commentate over that.
See, I'd also love to do eventually Toronto, do an IRL stream there. That could be pretty
something
fun.
Like that. I mean, I know that for me, I might not be able to go to Fire Festival 2. I don't even know where it is.
I think it may be back in the Caymans. So I wouldn't even be able to go. But, hey, again, if people want to push that pipe dream, that is entirely possible.
If they want to push it, you can, make it happen.
I have said before about doing something at Gathering of the Juggalos.
That's true.
That would be so much fun.
I would be more open to going to the Gathering of the Juggalos. At least I would be like Faygo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, hey,
get some Faygo.
I'm from a white trash area. I fuck around with Juggalos.
I have listened to at least one ICP song that I thought was okay. So
there was that one. It was that one movie soundtrack that I cannot remember off the top of my fucking head, but.
There was an entire movie, Best of the Worsted, that was scored by ICP.
Oh, Big Money Hustlers?
I think so.
No.
There was that and Big Money Rustlers also.
I don't know if it was either.
They made another one.
We might have to do the ICP duology someday.
Just like as a fucking
review it
commentary.
No, possibly that, or just review it. We've seen these.
I know that Jar Media, the I Hate Everything podcast, they used to do, I don't know if they still do it, I haven't watched them in a while, but they would do just little special episodes that would be is this thing as bad as people say or whatever. Just
Yeah.
like a little look at something, kind of like our hyperfixation thing, but like, yeah, I don't know. I want to try doing. That's a good idea. It's doing like weird film commentary kind of deal, film review kind of thing.
Yeah, because there's some that we've talked about
ICP
over
movies.
the years where it's like, how did somebody get this put out?
Yeah.
Remember,
I
if you remember one of my favorite films, The Fanatic.
Yeah, we basically commentated over that whole movie on your stream.
Yeah, and but still didn't get taken down, which, hey,
Nice.
Wow, that really says a lot about The Fanatic.
it really does. It's a great film.
I'll still remember forever the guy who uploaded that to YouTube, and it just said in the description, "Smart watching."
It was smart watching.
Yeah, classic film, smart watching.
We need to go through the public domain backlog and just knock those fuckers out.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
There's
yeah.
some good films that are just in the public domain.
I mean, Nosferatu's in the public domain, isn't it?
I think so. Plus, also
Oh,
now
I
what?
that
remember liking it when I watched it.
like the original Winnie the Pooh's in the public domain, we could just start making Winnie the Pooh content. That's something I've realized. We can start advertising this podcast with Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
I
bother.
can finally be a poo tuber. This is great.
You know, actually, yeah. Legally speaking, you can sell a merch plushie now.
That's true. Yeah, well, the banjo part might be a little. Yeah, it's fine. It's not legally distinct.
Yeah, it's like legally enough. Like, it doesn't look like Banjo in the face.
No, it looks like Winnie the Pooh in the face,
Yeah,
and then the body.
That's legally
Says a blue
viable now.
backpack.
Yeah, it's the best kind of distinct.
I don't see a bird there nowhere. See?
No, it might be in the backpack. It might not be.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You could be storing like a chicken in there, like half a cooked chicken.
My backpack could be dead squirrel storage.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You could be carrying KFC in there. Are you carrying KFC in there?
Please tell me you're carrying KFC.
Yes. I think I know what I'm getting for dinner. I'm getting some fucking fried chicken, I'll tell you that.
You've gaslit yourself into fried chicken.
I have, and we don't have a KFC here, which actually in America, that's kind of a good thing, because KFC kind of sucks here.
Yeah, KFC is... I heard a great comedy bit like years and years ago that I still think of every time, which is KFC smells great, and then you taste it, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot, this sucks. I forgot. It's why does it smell? Why does it smell nice? And they lie to us.
It's those 11 herbs and spices. They make it smell amazing, but can't hide shitty tasting chicken.
Popeyes is okay, but then they ruined their chicken sandwich.
Yeah. But their base chicken though, oh my god, it's
good. It's
so
good
much
stuff.
better.
I mean, I like.
We need a food segment on this. We need a food segment on this podcast every time, because
we can do like a food entire thing where we just talk about shitty foods or something. You know, like especially the difference between American and Canadian fast food. I can do a whole segment on fucking A&W being different. God damn it.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna leave this photo of fucking Gavin McInnes' ass. I'm sorry. It's been on my screen for like 20 minutes.
Coward!
I was like, why is it still on here?
I've missed my chance to look at it. Damn.
Gavin McInnes uploaded that photo to prove he did that. So
he did it live on camera.
He did it live on camera so that he could prove that he likes gay people.
Yeah.
And you're taking that photo down. What does that say about your views on gay people?
Clearly that makes me a bigot.
Clearly negative. Wow.
Yeah.
So I just realized we're like over time, and there are 3 things that I haven't got to.
Oh, just like last time. Great, go for it. Lightning round.
We could. I do want to talk a bit about
the rapid fire segment is pretty fun.
All right, so Turok 3 and Dark Forces, Star Wars Dark Forces are getting remastered.
Oh yeah, and one of them's like 3 days after Starfield, I think.
Oh, nice.
Soon, isn't it?
Turok 2 is.
Turok is no, Turok soon. The third one, that's like in a couple days, right? Is that the one that's soon?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
when's Dark Forces coming? I didn't hear about that.
Let me check.
I think October. I'm actually not certain on that one.
Okay.
Forces.
Because Dark Forces really fucking needs it. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if Turok 3 is like considered a very good game. I know the first two people really like, but Dark Forces 1, like that's a classic, and it's really I stopped playing it because it was a buggy mess, and
Right.
up until then it was great.
I can't find the release date for Dark Forces, but yeah, those are coming out. And also, I wanted to talk about this specifically because this Kotaku article
Oh boy.
called Night. No, this is positive.
Oh.
Called Night Dive Studios Digital Archaeologists, and I think that the term digital archaeologists for people who port and remaster classic games goes so fucking hard.
That does kind of
I
fuck.
love it.
Yeah,
It's
modern
great.
vintage gamer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Modern
Digital
vintage archaeologist. There you go. Fuck, get a petition
also,
that to put that on a shirt for him, you know?
How did they
God,
get
yeah.
the rights to that? Like, isn't it EA or Disney or something?
Some
they
of it's like
probably
licensing
just-
deals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
just be like, hey,
It's like, hey, this game's
classic
already
games.
made. We just need this much money to make it work.
There's so
Yeah.
many games from back then that could be improved just a little bit with something like that. So that's cool.
Yeah, like for like a lot of games, most of what they really need is like modern resolution support.
Not even that, just the ability to run in a modern computer, or like,
Yeah, 'cause-
it'll be great to play
Yeah.
like Dark Forces 1 on a Switch or a PS4 or a PS5 or something.
Yeah,
And the good
That's
thing
really
is,
cool.
Pretty sure
it's
they're coming to
easy
those.
money, you know? It's easy money for these companies. You've already got the
Yeah,
game.
so where the fuck is Jet Set Radio Future, Sega?
I know, right?
The Sega's
I think
just
it's the music thing.
I'm just gonna send out a tweet that's like 87 at Sega's and then say Jet Set Radio where? Jet Set Radio Future where? In fact,
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
he's doing it now. There's a great review that I
I'll
saw
retweet
that
that.
said that there's a great review that I saw that said that the person is no longer waiting for Jet Set Radio 3, they're waiting for Bomb Rush 2, which I agree with, because I think I said before, like, I don't see that Jet Set Radio 3 can really do too much. I don't know that like that game hasn't done, but yeah.
I mean, I want to see it just to see if they do something.
It would be cool to see at least a remaster of that one.
yeah.
Put
Or,
on
honestly,
new
at
stuff.
this point, just a port. Just fucking port it.
Just a port, yeah. I mean, its art style makes it work. I mean, it's really clunky. The thing is, if Future came out now, it would probably get like 5 out of 10s because it is really hard to fucking control. But like the style and everything, it's really good.
Honestly,
yeah, there's a lot of games where you could just put them on the new thing and it would be fine, but they just don't.
I would give anything for a like a Tony Hawk's 1+2 kind of thing where it's radio and future but just completely remastered.
So
given all the works.
Sent a tweet. It's at Sega 43 times, and then Jet Set Radio Future Remaster win.
I'm sure they get that a lot, but maybe that'll be the one.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I added them 43 times in one tweet. They have to do it now.
Yeah, that's a lot. They must get that ping 43 times.
Oh, that would be funny if that were true.
Well, no,
I mean, speaking of pinging people Twitter 43 times, yeah. Speaking of pinging people a bunch of times, we need to try to get the Pope on the podcast.
Speaking of the Pope, thank you so much.
Wow.
So,
secret word
from the Associated Press. The Pope, Pope Francis, lovely man, says backward U.S. conservatives have replaced faith with ideology, which is cool, which is great. He absolutely played Undertale. Undertale taught him this.
So what you're saying is Matt Pat played the long game.
He really did.
Secretly, him giving him Undertale's been a geopolitical way to.
Are there?
Yeah.
Are there like political? I mean, I know Undertale has like themes.
Honestly, I've never finished Undertale, so I don't know.
Is it talking about Christianity and shit, or like?
No, but a lot of people call it like, "Oh, Undertale, the woke game."
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's stupid, but also it's funny to make that connection.
Yeah,
I can't take credit for that, but it's so funny.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that that's I don't think that that's it, but that would be pretty good. The Pope is just like really taken in by Napstablook, and like he's like, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah, fuck it. It's time to go
This
nuclear
is
on
what
this
it's
shit.
at. So
Yes.
the last thing I want to bring up, because that was just a short like, haha, look at that.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to bring up is that Ryan McCaffrey, executive editor at IGN.
Yeah.
You know, he's in the game industry. He's in the weeds. He knows things. Ryan McCaffrey says, just a gut feeling here, but given the senior staff departures and layoffs suffered at 343 Industries since Halo Infinite has been released, and the fair to argue take that Halo Infinite has not had the lasting impact that Halo games should/needs to, I think the next mainline Halo game is going to be a reboot. And then Chris Raygun, who is also, he has friends in the game industry. He has friends at 343.
Yeah.
He also said that he believes this is going to happen. And God, I just hope it doesn't. I really just want 343.
Well, here's the thing.
A reboot?
Yeah, apparently a reboot.
Like an actual reboot, not a soft reboot.
No, here's the thing. Halo doesn't need a reboot. I'd say what
It really
you will about
doesn't.
Infinite, but Infinite's story was fucking good.
I mean,
I'm with Hidden Xperia on this. Make spin-offs. Make ODST 2. Make like a flood horror game. Make like another game where you play as an elite. Make a game where you play as like
no. See, here's the thing.
A pair of hunters and make it co-op only.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I think they need to just work the foundation they have now. Halo Infinite has problems, but it's still like literally just core a good game.
They do what they did with.
They absolutely cannot remake Halo. What the fuck?
Yeah,
nobody. They can't even make a new game work. You're gonna remake Halo 2? Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I just really, I really think they should just keep working on Infinite. Do what they did to Halo Infinite. Do what they did to Halo 5 to Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
Add new weapons. Make it like add some story expansions. I know they're planning on doing that. Story expansions. Yeah. Just fix all of the shit that the community is complaining about. Bring back very basic shit like colors that aren't behind a paywall. And I know this is getting into a bit of hyperfixation territory, but like, God, the way Infinite does like customization is so backwards. Because all of the armor customization, that's great, but then you have stupid shit like, if you want red and green, sorry, you have to pay like $5.
Yeah, there's
you want white and purple, just basic white and purple. Oh well, you got to unlock this in tier 70 something of the stupid fucking battle pass we have. Like, just I understand why they have the cores, because you can do more with that than you can do picking two colors. Like if they wanted to, they could have like a cheetah print skin, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't use it, but I think having that option is fun. And I really do think that just they should.
I mean, so some of that is because it's in a free-to-play state.
Yeah, but like at the very least, add like very basic color customization.
Yeah. It's like you should have the core stuff there.
Yeah, have the cores be like a skin that you put on, and that can be like anything from you want your Spartan to be the exact colors of Master Chief? Here you go, buddy. Enjoy. Or like, do you want more than two colors? You want like orange, black, white, and yellow? Hey, here's this core for you. You want fucking like stripes? Go nuts. Yeah. But like, just basic colors is so dumb to keep behind a paywall.
See, I don't know. Also, Halo Infinite ended in a way that set up for at least an interesting idea for a sequel. I don't think we need a fucking full-on reboot.
I'm so annoyed. I mean, well, yeah, a reboot. Why would you reboot it if they just set up a sequel?
Yeah.
But I'm just so annoyed with, I don't know, it's they can't get out of this thing that 343 keeps here's this new villain. He's so threatening, and he's not really actually. But he's gonna set up the next game villain who's really threatening, and that's not really also all that scary. But also the next game, and like I don't know, man.
They also
They keep. Isn't there like a new race of bad guys again?
There's the Banished, and the Banished are like
Like a
No,
different
there's like
sect
the.
of thing, yeah.
Isn't there like the new Forerunner pro
Oh, there's a Prometheans.
Protogens or whatever?
Prometheans.
Prometheans?
yeah, those were introduced in 4.
They were in 4, but I thought there was like a new like predecessor precursor group from like Infinite.
Well,
Maybe not.
There are
Yeah.
precursors. They're like
Uh,
this is all like, you know, Halo 4, Halo 5, Reclaimer Saga lore, but it like precursors were like before the I was about to say Covenant, the Forerunners, and they were like it's difficult to like to relay it off at the top of my head, but like they were kind of the Flood, but like they became the Flood or something like that. I'd have to.
Was this any of this Bungie stuff, or is this all 3?
Some of it.
No.
Well, no, there was some of it.
Yeah, a little bit of it is Bungie, but like back in Bungie's day, the Forerunners were humans.
Yeah, and it was kind of all in
it was
the
fucking
weeds,
it was fucking
you know?
it was fucking Frank O'Connor who changed it. Fuck Frank.
The thing is like I mean, I don't know. The thing is like in the original, I remember Halo 1, you know, I played that game in like 2007 or something. It was years after it came out. But I didn't know too much about it or even the sequels because, you know, you just look at the marketing and it's like, whatever, he's shooting aliens. You don't know any of the context. But you play the original and it's like, yeah, we're shooting aliens. Yeah, military. Boom, boom, kill them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's the mission in the swamp where you get the shotgun. Oh, this is weird. This is different. And then the flood happens and then there's like a whole story and it's like there's Forerunners and you're going deeper into this planet and learning the secrets. And it was really cool to learn about Forerunner shit. That's like, wow, there were people before, even humans. And then to just be like, no, but there were people before them too. Like
it goes back even further.
Like, who gives a shit anymore? It's not even about like, oh, they have the Banished now. It's just like, I don't know. They keep trying to. Now there's an even bigger. Remember with Halo 4 when they announced it and the meme of an ancient evil has awoken or whatever because they legitimately have that in the trailer. That was already a meme for every trailer being like, soon an ancient evil, and that was actually in the trailer for Halo 4. And it's just like it is very very mystery box JJ Abrams like you'll find out in the next one what this means. Ooh, like I don't know, give me one now that I want, you know.
And then I'm pretty sure they killed him off and either they killed him off in the game and then brought him back in a fucking coloring book, or they killed him off in the coloring book.
Wait, who?
The Didact. The big evil guy in 4.
Well, I remember the end of 4 was just the most. I think it was the most anticlimactic I've ever felt a game ending was. Like ever, any game ending that I've ever experienced that I was just like, wait, that's it? Seriously, this is over? Like, it wasn't even like I was angry like with Fallout 3 where it was such a bad ending and I was like, I felt betrayed for having played it. It was like, wait, this is done? This isn't even close to being over. I guess I never finished Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which apparently also has that. They just ended at like the second act or something. But the Didact, yeah, you just like it's like
cases.
It's like a totally normal level that you fight him in, where you're just fighting those stupid fucking enemies with the stupid rings that fly around that you gotta shoot them in the fucking wings or whatever, those fucking things.
Yeah, the ones that will
fucking Halo 4.
Back. Yeah.
Fucking Halo 4. It's fucking terrible. And then the regular, it's perfectly normal level, and then you just like, it's like I think it's like a cutscene. He sees the Didact and he just like taps him and he's dead or something. I don't know. It was so lame. It was so lame. And then 5. I mean, they just lied to everybody about 5 and what it was about.
It's a shame because the marketing had me hyped and the podcast was really good leading up to it.
Yeah, the
You
marketing.
you guys remember when the reveal trailer had Master Chief in a cool ass cloak?
Yeah,
Well,
and
You
it
that
guys,
was
was
you
like,
that
guys
was kind of
remember?
just
You
a
guys,
tease for next gen, but
you guys remember when Spartan Locke was supposed to be like some kind of equal to Master Chief,
yeah, he was
and then
supposed to be, and
they just do this stupid ass fist fight in a cutscene, and that's it.
yeah, and the fight's really bad and everything, and like you only play as the chief, like how many missions? Like three
four,
missions,
I think four
four
out of the
missions.
9. Like,
I guess that's not hope so. Wait, only
Ba-
9 missions
no,
in a
basically,
like
Halo
yeah,
game?
basically what they did
four
is,
four compared to 9. Like Locke
Oh,
had 9 missions, Chief had
yeah,
4.
that's pretty bad.
My bad, I worded that weird.
okay, all right. So basically they did Halo 2, but shorter, and also you play as a character that you really don't care about for most of it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is basically you are just the arbiter,
Like you,
but as chief instead.
you're the arbiter, but no one cares about you because the arbiter's a cool ass character. I love the arbiter.
No, I was saying like fucking Locke is like the chief in that game because he gets the majority of it. The chief himself is the arbiter who you don't care about though. Because in that game it's like that Halo 2, you already like Master Chief, but then
Yeah.
they immediately introduce Arbiter and he's cool and you like him.
Yeah, you see him
And
get
then
branded. Like,
and meanwhile, Halo 5, most of the game is with this boring character nobody likes, and then the few parts that you're playing as the chief are also terrible. And the story is bad, and everything is bad.
I really do wish I could play Halo 5 because I
Yeah.
really just want to be like
here's the thing. Halo 5's
assured.
multiplayer is really good though.
Well,
Heard
yeah,
that.
you can play that on PC though. Still.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't play matchmaking.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that
really?
You can
sucks.
do custom games. And there are some
Yeah.
fun custom games, but yeah, no, I don't know. I think rebooting Halo is the dumbest fucking idea ever, and
Oh, absolutely.
continue with the story you have. Continuity matters.
Like,
You don't keep
I
a
think it,
franchise going for 20 years without continuity.
yeah, and I think it also it comes at the wrong time too because there are so many fucking reboots and remakes and all that kind of bullshit coming out. I'm just so tired of it. I just want like
I mean,
like
hey, new IP would be nice.
yeah, have a new IP. Or if you don't want to do another main series game, another numbered game, another like, a sequel, do a spin-off.
Or just let
I
Halo
mean,
rest for a bit.
there's
I'm
the
not even talking
inherent
about just
issue.
Halo. I'm talking about in general.
True.
There's like the inherent issue with the why isn't this a new IP? You always hear that. Like
Yeah.
that you'll watch like an E3 thing or whatever, and it'll be like, well, why wasn't this just a new IP? It's like, well, nobody's really getting excited most of the time for a new IP.
Yeah.
It'll be like, oh, that looks kind of cool, but we don't know anything about it. It might be bad, it might never come out, it might be whatever. It might be bullshots. The old IPs, the reason people are excited for them is because like we know what we're probably
Oh,
gonna
true.
expect from this or that. And so like whenever it's like, oh, well yeah, I don't know, I'm imagining like Yakuza if they were to just reboot and be like, yeah, now you're Kiryu again. It's just Yakuza 1 again, but it's like a little different now and like it's a little different now. I would just be like, I don't know.
Like, really,
I
that's
don't
where we're
know.
at here? You know?
I mean, Yakuza 1 is an example because of like Kiwami, but even then you have fucking like Last of Us Part 1 or whatever that's just like
Yeah, we're
uh
just basically make it all look pretty, make it run at higher frame rate.
yeah. Like what the fuck is
Fix.
this?
Oh, this is it's like a joke thing, but
Oh.
Oh yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. I just so for context, I posted a fake a fake message from Bethesda, basically saying, "Oh, well, all of our PS5 players have been complaining that they want to play it. We're proud to announce that you could just buy an Xbox Series X
yes.
or Series S."
I mean, hey, that's the same way people told me with when I was waiting for a PS4 to kind of drop in price for PT. But buy an Xbox, forehead. That's how it goes with exclusives. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the whole console exclusive thing. It's a whole thing.
I do have one last thing because we're kind of running high on time.
Sure.
There's a Lara Croft skin coming in Call of Duty. That's all I got. Well, actually, Lara Croft operator.
Good for you.
And well, she looks
Yeah.
very nice, and I kind of hope it's the design they're going with the new game. But yeah, hey, I'll be buying it because I'm a sucker. But with that,
Sure.
for our first long ass episode of Loud Equals Fun.
God, we're coming up on 2 hours and
2
30
hours.
minutes.
Yeah, I
about
think we'll
that?
let it ride to
We keep
2:30
breaking our
just to
own
kind of
records.
get it up there to 2:30. We'll have to cut some
Probably.
things, but
We'll trim a few things.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. With that, of course, our sponsor for the episode was Cushy Dreams. Code Loud25 at
Dreams.
checkout.
Cushy Dreams, the GOAT.
Oh yeah,
Honestly, really good
Absolutely.
stuff.
but
Check out the Patreon.
yep,
That is,
$5 a month gets you everything going forward. You'll get it early, and by early I mean as early as I don't do an editing pass, so you hear all the dumb like stammers and cuts and you know all the dead silences we sometimes have that I cut.
So that's patreon.com/loud=funny.
Yep.
Nice.
$5 a month, you get to help us out,
Yep.
as well as
Absolutely.
all of these wonderful little bonuses. 10% off of the merch store is probably going to be like that's money going a long way if you really like the merch that we have on offer.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have some pretty cool merch. I think we have a nice logo. So
See, I also
somebody
wanna,
back in the '90s at NPC came up with a really good logo for us.
and we
I
kind of worked through it.
I think you mean that this is a completely original.
Yes,
logo
completely
that's not based on
original.
anything.
The
I gotta
oval's
do a
slightly different.
hyperfixation on
I'm the-
Steinfeld.
I'm the
because-
guy who
we
did
all
it.
do.
I'm the guy who put this thing together. I don't want to get shit on my ass.
But
no, it's pretty good. It's
one thing-
completely different and it's fine.
One thing I do want to do, and this is just an idea for a merch store, I want to get into a point where we have like, yeah, sometimes a community artist can draw something and it'll be on a little piece of art, and that'll be like they get a percentage of the sale on top of everything.
That'd be cool.
I still think we should do a like the show logo glass.
Oh yeah,
Instead of this like weird screenshot that we've put, have it be like the minimal logo
the
that we have.
transparent one. Yeah,
Because that would just look fucking.
I gotta swap that out.
Sick.
That would look pretty weird, yeah.
Yeah,
I like
the merch store, I will recommend saying probably don't purchase things from there just yet because it's in an early state, but it's there currently.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably like safely purchase a sticker or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I mean,
well, hang on,
worst case scenario,
that
you
sticker
just
one
got,
has that goofy line thing, possibly. We don't know.
yeah,
if
but
that's a
also
glitch.
you could just cut it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to get some test merch and stuff first, but it's being worked on.
This is in stage 1. You're an alpha tester, so
Yeah.
think of it like that. You're purchasing early access merch.
And again, to the
Early access merch.
Listen,
Jesus.
the early access merch is the shit that gets famous. Like
Yeah.
that's the good stuff later on. Like you want to get this, it has a special red stripe.
Yeah, when we're episode
Ooh,
like
unlike it.
500 in, that merch, that's merch that we won't even probably have at some point because I'll probably upgrade it before then. So hey, hedge your bets. That's
and look, like I said earlier in the episode, if you've already bought the merch, send us pictures.
yeah.
We want to see if it's actually good or not.
And if you purchase our sponsor, like Cushy Dreams or any future sponsors, hey, tweet it out, add us.
Yeah,
we'll retweet
tell us
it.
about it.
It's literally
Hell
a
yeah.
free retweet. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Well,
And
with
that's
that,
that's the engagement game on X now. You
Yeah,
get paid for that apparently.
Yeah,
well,
if you're
no,
if you're fucking
the engagement
if you
game
have
is
the
post something incredibly stupid on X, and then have the
Well,
check
yeah, but
mark and wait
also-
for that.
Yeah, but if you have the check mark and you want a free retweet, then hey, get some Cushy Dreams and support us.
Yeah,
Go
hey,
for
With code Loud25.
if you got $8 to spend on Twitter Blue, I'm calling you Twitter Blue still, fuck you. If you got $8 to spend on that, you can spend a little bit more, get some Cushy Dreams, and get, honestly,
That
way more
that
value.
actually has a purpose.
Yeah, way more value.
Hell
Well,
yeah, dude.
But with that, we will wrap up the episode. Have a good night, folks.
Penis.
See y'all next time. Penis.
See y'all on the penis train.
Penis.